You said, have I ever heard of 30 deep?
Yes.
Yeah.
And what's 30 deep?
What you mean?
How have you heard of that term, 30 deep?
How have I heard of the term 30 deep?
Yes.
Can you ask me in a way I can understand?
Sure. You said you've heard of 30 deep. You said you've heard of it, 30 deep.
I know about 30 deep.
Okay. What do you know about 30 deep?
What you mean? What do I know about it?
Tell the truth. You said you know about 30 deep. What do you know about 30 deep?
You hear say that the whole number of problems with that question, I object.
I'm overruling the objection.
Is 30 deep?
Objection to leading.
I state in the objection.
I haven't asked the question.
All right, you can go ahead and rephrase now.
What is 30 deep?
My neighborhood.
Is 30 deep a gang?
Huh?
Is 30 deep a gang?
Is it a gang?
Yes, sir.
And what you define as a gang?
How do you define a gang? Or do you, let me strike that. Is 30 deep a group of individuals?
Meaning?
You said 30 deep is your neighborhood.
Yes, it's my neighborhood.
Okay. Is 30 deep a group of people in your neighborhood?
No, it's just, I don't know.
Is it a group of people from your neighborhood?
I just know my neighborhood, I was growing up, I used to hear 30 deep a lot.
And when you heard of 30 deep, what did you understand it to be? What was your understanding of it?
It was cool.
And when you say it was cool, what do you mean?
Like, I thought it was cool. I just see and heard people say 30 deep.
And when you saw and heard people say 30 deep, were they talking about people together?
Overrule, sir.
Speculation.
I'll stand that.
When you heard people talk about 30 deep, what was your understanding of what they were talking about?
I heard the rapper say, and his song 30 deep. I don't know. I heard Gucci Man rap about it. I heard like Jeezy rap about it. I don't know.
Have you ever been a member or an associate of 30 deep?
I don't know what associate mean.
Have you ever been around a group of people who identify themselves as 30 deep?
Have I ever been around a group of people that identify themselves at 30 deep?
Yes.
I know someone who I guess they say was 30 deep.
Did you ever consider yourself 30 deep?
No.
Okay. What about, did you ever consider yourself part of DRC?
No, I consider myself 372.
And what, is that why your Instagram was Woody 372?
My Instagram, Woody versus Woody.
Back in 2014, did you have the Woody 372 Instagram?
I told you I don't recall the Instagram. Back then they had several fake accounts with my name in it. but it wasn't mine.
You said you consider yourself 372. What was 372?
It ain't for you to know.
I'm going to ask you again, Mr. Copeland. What was 372?
372.
Was that a gang?
What do you define as a gang?
Mr. Copeland, I'm asking a question.
I can't answer your question if I don't know what you're talking about.
Was it you and a group of people a part of 372?
And what's a group of people?
3 or more people.
But yeah, but it wasn't no. We didn't hang on it. Like we wasn't. I guess.
Do you remember in February of 2015 talking about 30 Deep in an interview with Investigator Gaither and Investigator Dennis?
Huh?
Do you recall meeting with Investigator Dennis and Investigator? Do you remember meeting with Investigator Curry, in February of 2015 at Atlanta Police Department with your then girlfriend?
Was I handcuffed?
You were not.
Nah, I don't remember.
Do you recall having to go to the Atlanta Police Department after someone came to your home and shot at you?
Your Honor, this is
Basis.
You're gonna have to orient to
I'm gonna rule the objection as to form. If you got a better objection, Mr. Steele, you can decompose it. Overruled.
Do you recall going to the Atlanta Police Department on
I'm going to object as soon as facts not in evidence.
She's got to orient the witnesses to time and place, so I'm gonna overrule the objection, okay?
Do you recall having to go to the Atlanta Police Department in February of 2015 after you were the victim of an egg assault in which people tried to shoot at you?
I sustain the objection.
After somebody shot at you, your child, and your child's mother. Do you recall having to go to the Atlanta Police Department to be interviewed for that?
Yes.
What happened there? Okay. And do you recall speaking with a detective during that interview?
I don't know who I spoke with.
Okay. But do you remember, it doesn't matter, do you remember speaking with a detective about
Yes.
what happened with you? And during the course of that interview, do you recall being asked about your affiliation with or your association with 30 Deep?
What you asking me?
Okay. Do you remember the detective asking you if you were a part of 30 Deep?
What'd I say?
You have to answer yes or no. Do you remember being asked that question?
No, I don't remember him asking me.
Okay. Do you remember saying that?
Basis. I need a form of the objection. Overrule, sir. Again, if you pose another objection, I'll listen to it.
He asked you, he told you, you said to him it's a whole gang.
I sustain the objection.
Let me ask you this. Let me just play it. Your Honor, the state will be playing the February 20th, 2015 interview, 156-28 through 156-44.
Overrule, sir. You said hearsay, I've overruled it. All right, thank you. It's impeachment. Is that correct, madam?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Sure.
There's no exhibit number, nothing for the record. I object to just plain.
I'm going to mark
Let
it,
me
Your
fix.
Honor.
Let me fix that. Yes. You do need to mark it as for identification, madam.
Yes, Your Honor. The state would like to send a 378 Yankee Charlie, and it'll be from 15628 to 15644.
Said 378 Yankee Charlie.
Yes, Your Honor. 378 Yankee Charlie.
And any objection to states 378 Yankee Charlie from 15-620 to 15-644?
Just one clarification. What is the state report this evening?
I can't hear you.
I'm asking what the state reports this exhibit to be.
This is the February 20th, 2015 interview of Mr. Copeland.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'll object also to hearsay. I heard the state say this was the investigator said.
You're right. I have to give context to the entire statement.
I'll overrule the objection. It's admitted, and maybe that particular section is admitted from (15-620) to 15-644.
Huh?
My cousin was.
What were you associated with? And then everything else that done rolled about with it, it's starting to come back to haunt.
And Your Honor, I'm going to go back because I think it's maybe 15627.
You was 30 deep,
Okay.
huh?
My cousin was.
What were you associated with? And then everything else that done rolled about with it, it's starting to come back to haunt.
And we're ending at 15645. I'm going to also show you, you know what, strike that. To your knowledge, was Demekion Garlington part of 30D?
No,
To your knowledge, was Shannon part of 30D?
no,
Did you ever claim affiliation with the Bloods?
who, me?
Yes, you.
Yeah,
Okay. What blood set?
Bloods, period.
When you say Bloods, period, what do you mean?
Blood. I call myself a blood.
Did you ever leave or stop calling yourself a Blood?
You say, did I start calling myself a blood?
Yes.
Yeah,
When was that?
2015.
Okay. And
I think 2015.
And do you have tattoos that would be considered representative of being a member of the Bloods?
No,
Do you have a 5-point star tattoo?
it don't have nothing to do with Bloods, though.
Okay. Do you have a 5-point star tattoo?
Yeah.
How many of them do you have?
A lot,
When you say a lot, about how, can you put that in numbers?
more than 5.
And with your 5-point stars, are they colored? Do they have a color?
Yeah.
What color is that?
What you mean? What color are they?
Yeah, what color are your 5-point stars?
Some are just plain, some red, some green.
Do you know how many red ones you have?
No,
Okay. Do you know how many green ones you have?
no,
Do you know how many that are not colored at all?
no.
Was Demekion part of the Bloods?
You gotta ask him that.
Okay, I'm asking you,
Not to my knowledge.
right? Do you
Well, I don't know. I can't say not to my knowledge. I don't know where he was.
And if you could bring it down, Mr. Edmund. No, down. And just roll out. Thanks. Mr. Copeland, are you able to see the dates and the time of that interview?
Yeah, right there.
What is the date and time of that interview?
February 21,
Okay. And what year is that?
2015.
Now, during this interview, do you remember anyone else being in the interview room with you? Do you recall Detective Thorpe was in there with you?
I don't know.
Okay. And during that interview, do you recall talking to Detective Gaither again about what happened between you, Deshaun, and your baby?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay. And during that interview, did Detective Gaither also ask you who shot at you? Do you remember Detective Gaither asking you about that?
I don't remember.
Do you remember being concerned in that interview about being labeled a snitch as well?
I don't remember.
Do you recall Detective Gaither trying to encourage you to tell them who did it so she can help you so you don't have to be getting shot at in the streets?
But if I already told them Tay did, why would she be asking me that?
Because you recall this being the first interview with Gaither. You had not met Gaither prior to this interview.
I don't remember what me and Gaither talked about.
Okay.
Or what I said to her.
Do you remember telling her, if I tell you anything, guess what happens? That make it even worse. What makes it worse? Everybody, oh, now I'm a snitch. And remember her asking you how you would snitch when somebody was trying to kill you and your baby. How was that snitching?
Okay. If there was the truth, why would I wait till later or at any point and say anything to the police? It's self-explanatory.
What is self-explanatory?
The whole thing. You seen here tonight what I told to the investigator, and I'm so concerned about being labeled a snitch. So why would I tell them the truth to anything if they trying to say I'm concerned about being labeled a snitch? So if I'm gonna tell them something that sooner or later gonna get out in the streets, why would I be concerned about being labeled a snitch? It doesn't make sense.
Do you recall being reluctant to tell the detectives who it was?
No, I was trying to buy time to come up with something to tell them so they can get up off me or let me out of jail.
Okay. Would you the interview that you had on February 20th. What time was your interview on February 20th, 2015? What time did that
This paper?
Yeah, what time did that say?
What about?
What time is it on here?
1:41
What, AM or PM?
a.m.
And then what time did you meet with Detective Gaither?
Well, look like I got on a right street outfit, so I didn't meet with her. And it say 3:53.
On February 21st?
Yeah,
Is that PM?
p.m.
So did you meet with Detective Gaither the next day after you met with the first investigator?
Yeah,
All right.
that's what they say.
So if you just wanted to make something up, didn't you have time to make up a new name if it wasn't Tay?
See, with Gaten, it's harder to convince her. I got to, whatever I tell her, I got to stick with it.
Wouldn't you want to tell Gaither the truth if you were trying to get out of jail? If you were trying to get out of jail, wouldn't you tell her the truth?
But if she asks me about something that I don't know and I'm trying to get out of jail, I gotta act like I know.
Did you ever try just telling the truth to get out of jail?
Have I? Probably. I don't know what I don't told her, so I can't remember what I told her, so I don't.
How bad did you want to get out of jail?
I want to get out of jail.
So wouldn't you want to tell the truth to get out of jail versus lying?
Objection has been answered.
I'll rule the objection.
Wouldn't you want to tell the truth to get out of jail?
But if they ask me who shot at me, and I didn't see nobody shoot at me, and they constantly thinking that I seen somebody shoot at me, and I keep telling them I didn't see nobody shoot at me, they don't want to believe me, so what I got to do then? And if I feel like this is the only reason I'm going to jail, I got to stick to what I don't told her.
So why tell your girlfriend that? When no police are in the room,
I don't know.
why tell your girlfriend that?
I don't know. I don't recall me sitting there just telling her that. I don't even understand how his name even came about from the start. I just know once I heard Tay, that's why I just stuck with Tay. I don't know if I brought it up. Which I doubt I brought it up because I didn't have no reason to bring your name up.
How would the police know who Tay was?
I don't know.
How would the police know if Tay was even in your neighborhood at the time?
I don't know.
So why would the police bring up Tay?
Then I said, I don't know.
I sustain the objection.
Do you recall providing Detective Gaither a picture of Tay before ever even getting into the interview room?
No.
Do you recall during the interview when you told her it was Tay, you told her, I gave you a picture of him?
I don't recall.
And do you recall her pulling up the picture and showing you the picture in the interview on her phone?
I recall her showing me a picture of him.
And do you recall not really wanting to point him out on there?
Because I knew at that point what she was doing. They was forcing me to say it was him who shot me. Because I like I keep telling you now, and to this day, I still feel as in they did that. Like I never seen him shoot at me. Even when they called me, tried to get me to come to trial on it, I told them I'm not coming to trial because I never saw who shot at us. And they said, well, Mr. Copeland, all right, y'all could call me. I didn't see who shot at me.
Were you concerned about being labeled a snitch because of what was happening to your cousin?
My only concern was not being able to protect my family.
Do you recall telling Detective Gaither that you were concerned because your cousin was being tortured because he was labeled a snitch.
My only concern was being in jail and not able to protect my family.
Okay. Do you recall telling Detective Gaither in referencing your cousin, well, he's getting tortured. Everywhere he goes, he's a fucking rat. Don't nobody want him around. This and that, this and that. And then he turned right around and I'm in the same same shoes he's in. But I won't. I don't know if he did whatever he had going on, but you didn't want to be labeled a snitch.
This is the police talking to me, and they're not trying to hear what I'm saying. They're trying to force me to say that somebody shot at me that I did not see shoot at me. I'm trying everything in my power to not allow this man. I'm not here to protect nobody that shot at me and my child.
Did you ever give Gaither the gun that you used in the to shoot back at those individuals who shot at you and your child and your child's mother?
Nope.
Why not?
Cause you gonna use it against me.
Who did you get the gun from?
What you mean? Who I got it from?
Who did you get the gun?
I stand the objection.
Do you recall being shown a photographic lineup with Tay inside of the photographic lineup?
Say that again.
In this interview, do you recall being shown a photographic lineup?
I think so.
Okay. And do you recall not wanting to sign the photographic lineup?
Right. I do remember.
Okay. Why didn't you want to sign the photographic lineup?
Because in my heart, and from facts, I didn't see who shot at me, and they constantly kept trying to say, they kept pushing me to say, to make me think that I saw somebody I know I didn't see.
Okay. All right. I want to kind of switch gears. Do you know someone by the name of Trivia?
Who?
Trivia.
Who is that?
Do you know someone by the name of Trivia? Do you know who Moontunk's girlfriend was back in 2015?
No, I don't remember who his girlfriend is.
Okay. Do you know someone by the name of Aunt Trivia?
I never heard the name before. I don't know.
Okay. Do you recall talking to a Detective Lewis in this same interview regarding Trivia being Kel and Moontunk's girlfriend?
Oh, her? Okay. What about her?
So my question is, so do you now know who Trivia is?
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Okay. And back in 2015, do you recall her home being shot up during the time of early 2015?
I remember.
Okay. And were you accused of shooting up her home?
That's what she told the police.
Did you shoot up her home?
No.
In the 3 interviews we've talked about so far, were you asked by the investigators to tell the truth? In the interviews we've talked about so far?
It don't matter.
Yes or no? Do you recall being asked to tell the truth?
I don't know. I don't
God bless
recall.
you. God bless you. You don't recall if you were asked to be told the
I
truth?
don't.
If you were asked to tell the truth, why wouldn't you tell the truth in those interviews?
Why wouldn't I tell the truth?
Yes.
Because I know the police was trying to lock me up.
What would they be trying to lock you up for?
Say that again?
What would they be trying to lock you up for?
Whatever they can put on me.
Did you ever? Now, would telling the truth have gotten you locked up?
Huh?
I sustain the question.
Now, in June of 2015, were you arrested for having a gun at the Dunbar Recreation Center?
Say that. Can you say that again?
In June of 2015, were you arrested for having a gun in the Dunbar Recreation Center?
In June, was I arrested?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yeah.
Can you tell the jurors what occurred at the Dunbar Recreation Center?
I was playing basketball. The police came there and locked me up.
And why did the police lock you up?
Because I'm Woody.
Did you have a gun at the Dunbar Recreation
I had a basketball in my hand.
Center? Was there a gun also at the Dunbar Recreation Center?
They say it was.
Where was that gun located?
I was placed in handcuffs, walked out. I don't know.
Did you have a gun inside of an H&M bag while at the Dunbar Recreation Center?
I was in the basketball. I was in the recreation center playing basketball. I had my shirt off with no gun on me playing basketball.
Did you take a gun to the Dunbar Recreation Center in an H&M bag?
I was playing basketball in the Dunbar Recreation Center.
So your answer is no, that you did not have a gun at the...
What I'm saying, well, I was playing basketball. When I looked up, I seen a whole bunch of police in there walking towards me, putting my hand behind my back, and asked me, was it bad mine? I said, I don't know nothing about no bad. They took me to the car. There was a whole lot more police that came. They took me from Mechanicsville to Turnerfield and asked me, was that gun mine or was that bag mine? I told them I don't know nothing about nothing. They said if they find out that their gun or their bag was mine, they gonna come back and lock me up. I said, do your job. They let me go, and that was it.
And did they let you go that first day?
They let me go.
All right. Did they eventually arrest you for that gun in that bag?
They did.
All right. And was that the gun that was purchased by Quindarius Zachary for you?
I guess.
Yes, no, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I went to jail for.
Okay. So that was the gun, the chopper that we talked about earlier.
I'm gonna overrule the objection. That was Mr. Steele, asked and answered.
Was that the chopper that we discussed earlier?
We discussed this earlier?
The gun that was recovered, is that the chopper that was purchased at Arrowhead Pawn Shop by Quindarius Zachary?
That's the gun that sent me to the feds.
And is that the gun that was found at Dunbar Recreation Center?
I guess so.
Why did you have the gun at Dunbar Recreation Center?
I just plead guilty to it.
Did you tell officers that you were trying to sell that gun, and that's why you had it at the Dunbar Recreation Center?
Again, I was going to jail.
Ms. Hilton, before you posit some other questions, I think we probably need to take a comfort break. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's take about 10 minutes and then see where the afternoon leads us, okay? All right. All rise. Members of the jury, with your indulgence and patience, we're going to go probably about another 20 minutes or so, and then we're going to recess for the day, okay? All right. Madam?
Mr. Copeland, what blood set were you a part of?
Can you repeat that?
What blood set were you a part of?
What blood set what I was part of?
Yes, sir.
I wasn't part of no real blood set.
Okay. Did you ever claim to be a Billy Blood?
I said I was.
Okay. And were you?
No.
Did you tell Detective Gaither that you were, not Detective Gaither, Detective Lewis, in that February 21st interview that you were Billy Blood?
I don't know what I told them in when they questioned me.
Okay. Do you recall talking to Detective Lewis about the meeting with Mo where they said that they were going to kill you?
Huh?
Do you remember talking to Detective Lewis about the meeting with Mo, who was in prison, and that they were planning on killing you?
I don't recall.
Okay. And do you recall her asking you why you weren't at this meeting?
Huh?
Do you recall her asking you why you weren't at this meeting?
Why was I at the meeting?
Why were you not at the meeting?
At what meeting?
The meeting with the Bloods, the meeting of the Bloods trying to kill you.
I don't recall.
Okay. And do you,
Could I just get clarification on what date you
sure, February 21st,
What year?
2015. And then, do you recall telling her you weren't down with them, but that you were Billy Blood?
I don't recall.
Okay. And then, do you recall her asking, who are you with now?
I don't recall.
Okay. And you told her, at that point, they got mad.
I told her.
You told Detective Lewis.
Oh, this a lady?
Yes. At that point, they got mad because I didn't go back with them. I started hanging out with Thug and them, so I'm YSL.
No, I don't recall.
Did you consider yourself part of the gang YSL?
Basis.
It's an improper question.
I didn't mean for you to speak. I just want you to give me a basis.
702 invading the province of
Overrule, sir.
Did you consider yourself part of YSL, the gang?
Gang, I consider myself 372.
When did you consider yourself 372?
What you mean, when?
Did you consider yourself a 372 when you called yourself Billy Blood?
I always been 372.
So even as a part of YSL, were you considered, or do you consider yourself 372?
Gang, I'm always 372 when it come to gang.
Did you also consider yourself part of YSL?
372 when you speaking on gang.
Yes or no? Did you consider yourself a part of YSL?
But you saying gang wise, like
So you did not consider yourself part of YSL, the gang?
when it come to gang, I consider myself 372.
Now, going back to June of 2015 when you were arrested for the Fed charges, we talked about the gun that was at the Dunbar Center. When you were arrested, where were you arrested at?
Which time?
When you got arrested in June?
June 10th?
Yes.
At the house.
Did they find any guns at the house?
Yeah, they did.
Were you charged in your federal charges with that gun? Do you recall?
Yes.
Okay. Now, once you were arrested, were you brought in to Atlanta Police Department headquarters for an interview?
Yes.
Okay. And do you remember how long that interview was?
It was long.
Do you remember it being about 9 hours?
It was long.
It was long. Okay. And during the course of that interview, did you speak with multiple detectives?
Yeah, I did.
Do you remember speaking with anyone from the ATF or
Yeah, I did.
And was Detective Gaither in that interview?
She was at some point.
What about Detective Dennis?
Who?
Detective Dennis, do you remember him?
Yeah, I think he was too.
Okay. And what about Detective Thorpe?
I think he was too.
Okay. And when you were arrested and brought down to APD, did you want to give them truthful information?
Again, I was going to jail.
Do you recall telling them that you're not going to worry about me lying?
Can you say that again?
Sure. In the early part of that interview, do you recall telling them you're not going to have to worry about me lying?
Probably so.
Why did you want to speak to the police that day?
Because I was trying to finesse my way out of jail.
And what did you think you had to do to finesse yourself out of jail?
Well, they kept asking about Young Thug, so that's the direction I had to go.
Did they ask you about anything else?
They asked me about the gun. I think they asked me about the gun first.
Did they ask you about anything else?
Yeah, they asked me about a lot.
Do you recall them asking you about Nuts murder?
Yes.
And did you speak with them about Nuts murder?
Yes.
And did you speak with them about the gun at the Dunbar Center?
Yes.
And the gun at your house?
Yes.
Okay. And did you also speak with them about Young Thug?
Yes.
And did you talk with them about Little D from Mechanicsville?
Yes.
And what about Shannon?
Yes.
Now, when you got to that interview, did you believe that people were trying to kill you?
Uh-huh. I thought people trying to kill me for a long time.
Specifically in June, did you still believe that people thought you snitched on them regarding the murder of Donovan Thomas?
Can you say it one more time?
Sure. When you had this interview in June of 2015, did you think going into that interview that people thought that you had snitched on them regarding the murder of Donovan Thomas?
Overruled. Well, no, I take that back. I'm gonna sustain the question.
Why did you think people were trying to kill you?
Because I was paranoid. People were shooting at me.
Okay. Did you tell the detectives in this June 10th interview that everyone in the world is trying to kill me because they think I told on them?
No, I told them that people were trying to kill me because they say I killed Nut.
Do you recall telling the detectives about the fact that that Thug's sister had called you or had texted you?
Can you say that again?
Sure. Let me ask you this. Did Thug's sister ever text you regarding you going to the police about Nuts murder?
I text her and told her that I was going to kill Thug when I get a chance. That's what you talking about?
No, but why did you text her that you were going to kill Thug when you get a chance?
Because I let a lot of people get in my ear.
And what did they get in your ear about? It's effect on the listener, Your Honor.
I'll sue on objection.
What did they get in your ear about?
A whole lot of stuff. People coming to me every 5 minutes with something about not just Thug. It was just a lot of people, but mainly most people was coming to me about Thug.
What about the?
Nah, they just just kept coming to me like, he ain't right. He ain't supposed to. I don't know how to answer that.
I mean, but what were they telling you such that you thought that you had to kill Thug?
Say it again.
What were they telling you such that you thought in your mind you wanted to kill him?
That to watch him because everybody saying I killed Nut and they didn't want that on them, so they gonna, I don't put it on me. I don't know. Like, it was so many different people just telling me stuff. So,
But to kill somebody, what were they telling you to make you think you had to kill Thug?
what did they tell me that make me think I had to kill him?
Yes.
That I better watch him?
Why?
Because they said I was messing up his career. Like, they saying that I was putting him in stuff that I got going on. Like, they were saying all type of stuff. Like,
So why would you messing up his career mean you have to kill Thug?
they were telling me, okay, a female came to me and told me that she heard something. Then another person came to me and told me that he heard something. So people kept coming to me, and I was paranoid because I had said something to a friend of mine where I felt as in whatever I was saying to him had got back out.
So let's start there. What did you tell your friend that you think got back to him?
I was planning on him.
Why would you be plotting on Thug?
I don't recall.
Okay. Do you recall telling the detectives that you called, that Dolly texted you and was cursing you out?
Yeah.
Okay. And this is years ago. Do you remember what she was cursing you out about?
Because I told her I was going to kill Thug when I see him.
Okay. Do you recall the last 4 digits of the number that she was texting you from?
No.
Do you recall giving that full phone number to the detectives?
No.
Do you recall giving them a phone number ending in 1990 for his sister?
Probably so.
Which sister are we texted you?
Dolly.
Okay. Did she have another name?
I said Dolly.
Did you call her something else?
Yeah, I call her Dolly and Max.
Okay. Do you recall texting Dolly, damn, your brother's trying to have me killed?
I probably have.
Okay. Why would you text her that?
Because I thought what I was said to somebody else had got back to him.
So what did you tell somebody else that you thought got back to him?
I don't recall.
Okay. What, again, would make you text that to her brother, to Dolly? Damn, your brother's trying to have me killed. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell I ever did to him? Why would you text that to her?
I told you I was paranoid. It was so much going on. It was so much going on. I had so many people in my head. And that's just my way of trying to force a reaction.
Force a reaction from who?
From him, to see how he react to it.
Why were you trying to force a reaction from him?
Because I didn't know what the truth was. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know what was going on.
Now, we talked about in February, strike that. We talked about in January, people thinking that you had killed Nut, right? Also in February, did people think you were trying to kill Nut?
Huh?
Did people think that you killed Nut, excuse me?
Objection calls for speculation.
I'll sustain the form of the question.
Did you believe that people thought that you killed Nut?
Did I believe it?
Yes.
People were convinced.
Okay. By the time we got to June, did you still have that same belief When you
Did
got
I
arrested,
have that belief?
yes, when you got arrested in June, did you still have that same belief that people thought you had done, that you had killed Nut?
I don't know. Like, so many. It was so many people was on. So many people just like. A lot of people said they know I didn't do it. A lot of people said I did it. So I don't.
And I'll ask you again, did you kill Nut?
No.
Okay. Now, when you got to this interview, do you recall speaking with the detectives about the night that Nut was killed?
Can you say that again?
Sure. When you got to this June interview, do you recall speaking to the detectives about the night that Nut was killed?
Yeah.
Okay.
All the way interview.
The June one?
Yes.
Okay. Now, did you have concern during this June interview that Thug had observed you speaking to police?
Huh?
Did you have concern during this June interview that Thug had seen you speaking to police?
No.
Do you recall telling the detectives in this June interview, long story short, the detectives was calling my phone and he was right there. And they asked you, Thug was right there? And you said, yeah. So I answered the phone and he's looking at me like this, but I don't know what's going on. They asked you, why is he looking like that? And you said, because he see me answering the phone for them.
No, he told me that. When I answered the phone, I answered my phone on speaker, so it was my baby mama calling saying that the investigators wanted to talk to me. I was like, for what? And that's when he said what he wanted to talk to me about. And he got on the phone, asked me, could I come down there and interview him? And Thug was like, go down there.
Why were you concerned then that he saw you answering the phone for the police in front of him?
I don't know. I don't know about him being concerned.
Why would you tell the police that?
Because it's the police.
If there wasn't an issue, why would there be a need to tell the police that Thug was?
Because at the time the police questioned me, it was me against everybody. So they saying that they want Thug, and that's what I'm trying to do. Get them up off of me. So I had text Thug phone the day before they locked me up. And I texted their phone and told them that I was going to kill him when I see him. So the police got me the next day. And when they got me, that was it.
Let's go back. What day are you talking about? You texted
June.
In June. You say you texted Thug? Who did you text?
One day, I texted their phone. I called his sister and told her, tell your brother when I see him, I'm going to kill him.
Okay.
I don't care who see me, I'm going to kill him. Me and her were arguing on the phone. As me and her were arguing on the phone, I got mad and hung up the phone. The very next day, 2 days later, I know I woke up and the police was at the door.
Okay.
When they got me, I was mad with the world.
And were you arrested again for those guns?
Yes.
All right. And that's the only thing you were arrested for those guns.
And I think they put some gang charges on me or something. I think they put some more charges on me or something.
Okay. And I understand that you said you texted his sister Dolly that you were going to kill.
Nah, I don't think I texted. I told her over the phone that I was gonna kill him.
But was that in response of you asking her whether or not he was trying to kill you?
Oh no, I didn't ask her nothing.
Okay. So why did you tell the detectives that?
Because it's the detective.
Were you concerned that Thug did not want to hang around you anymore because you had been talking to the police?
No.
Okay. Do you recall telling detectives in this same June interview, he ain't want to hang around me anymore? And they asked you, this thug? And you said, yeah, like, damn, what the hell? Why the hell these niggas don't want me around? Do you recall being concerned that thug did not want you hanging around him anymore?
Well, he actually called me a few times to try to get me to come around. I didn't want to go around.
So why would you tell the police, why the hell these niggas don't want me around?
Because I'm talking to the police and they are after me.
When you were arrested, were you not trying to get out of jail?
For sure.
So why would you be telling them lies if you were trying to get out of jail?
So let me say this. If I tell the police the alphabet is A, B, C, D, right? The police gonna tell me what come out the D. E come out the D, I think. A, B, C, D, E. Man, I don't know, man. I'm not about to go through all that. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, this is investigators. They locking me up. They targeting me. They constantly, every time I come outside, spit on the ground. SWAT team got me. Like.
So why would you stay in a 9-hour interview if they were out to come and get you?
You see what you said? That's how bad they was after me. They sit right there and put up with me for that long.
Okay, but you kept talking to them for the entire 9 hours. I'll rephrase.
I stand question.
Did you speak with them for the entire 9 hours?
I was handcuffed to behind my back, legs shackled to the chair. And guess what I know? When I get finished talking to them, I'm going to the jail. So guess what I'm trying to do? Trying to buy as much time as I can before I go to the jail. That right there.
All right. Can you publish 378 Yankee Echo 141? Is that June 10, 2015?
Yeah.
And is that the interview that we're discussing right now?
Yeah.
Okay. And in that interview, is that when you were first brought in once you were arrested? Are you still in your regular clothes?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes for the record?
Yes.
Okay. Now, sitting in this room, did you believe that the truth would have hurt you as you were doing this interview?
It's not about the truth hurting me. It's about the state of mind I was in.
Okay. But did you believe the truth would have hurt you?
I don't know.
So why won't you tell the truth?
Because I'm about to go to jail. So the state of mind I'm in is I'm about to go to jail.
Right. So would lying have helped you to get out of jail?
It have.
Didn't they tell that they were going to have to verify any information you told them?
They did.
Okay. So why would you tell a lie if they had to verify what they told you and you were trying to get out of jail?
I don't know.
Did you believe the truth would hurt Thug?
Say that again.
Did you believe the truth was going to hurt Thug?
You said, do I believe the truth gonna hurt Thug?
Yes.
That'll be his problem.
Right. But if you're in this state of mind, why would you be in there just telling lies?
Because that's who the police after. They locking me up, but they are acting him.
But they're locking you up and you are trying to get out of jail. Wouldn't you tell the truth to get out of jail?
It depends on who is the truth to.
Okay. Now, during the course of your interview, did the detective ask you, why were you so concerned about whether or not Thug knew you were talking to the police?
Can you say it again?
Let me just ask you a better question. Why were you concerned about whether or not Thug knew you were talking to the police?
I wasn't concerned.
Do you recall the detectives asking you, why does it matter to Thug if you're talking to the police or not, if he has no say in what happened with Nut? And your response is, between us men, I want to say they had something to do with it.
What about it?
Do you recall telling that to the detectives?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. And then when they asked you who was the they, do you recall saying Thug and them?
Okay.
Did you recall saying that?
Like, yeah.
All right. And then they said Thug and them who? And you said Shannon and Bentley.
Say that again?
Sure. When they then asked you Thug and who, you responded Shannon and Bentley and all, because all of them just acting funny towards me.
Yeah.
Okay. Why would you say that?
Because it's the investigators.
Again, why say Shannon? Why say Shannon?
Because they know me and him be together. It's easy to. It was Shannon to get. I don't know. Like, I told you, it's the state of mind I was in. When the police got me, I was doing a lot of stuff. I was, man, like they just caught me early in the morning. Like,
Early in the morning, is that not when you're your freshest?
huh?
And early in the morning, is that not when you're your freshest?
No, they can't get me out. I'm asleep. I hear the door. Boom, 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 boom. If I'm asleep and she sleep, who been at this door like that? So it shot my brain. I've been shot ever since I looked like those seen it was the police. I can't forget it. Like,
Ms. Hilton. Might wanna-
Okay.
All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this might be a natural point for us to recess for today. Mr. Copeland, we'll see you Monday morning at 8:30, okay?
8:30.
Yes, sir. See you then.
Back in 2015, did you have a beef with Rich Homie Quan?
No, I never had beef with Rich Homie.
And isn't it true that you told police that Thug had an issue with Rich Homie Quan because he brought some IF gang members to his condo?
No, Threat had issues with Rich Homie Quan.
I didn't ask about Threat. I asked
But-
about what you told police regarding Thug having an issue with Rich Homie Quan bringing individuals from IF gang to his apartment.
Thug was protecting Rich Homie Quan. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So, like I keep telling you, y'all don't have y'all facts together.
So I'm asking you a specific question. Did you tell police that Thug had an issue with Rich Homie Quan bringing members of IF gang to his condo?
Again, when I'm talking to the investigators, I'm gonna tell them anything to get them off of me. But as I sit right here, I'm telling you the God and the truth that Thug, I had an issue with Rich Homie through Threat. And about my partner, whatever he with, I'm with, they don't have nothing to do with YSL. Y'all trying to make it seem like this has some, just because they don't have nothing to do what I do and what Threat do, they don't have nothing to do with YSL.
I still don't think I heard an answer. Did you tell police that Thug had an issue with
I think I
Rich
just answered
Homie
you.
Quan? I don't think you did. Oh, if you did, I did not hear you. So
Oh,
you
I'm
could
sorry.
repeat your answer.
Yeah, I said that Thug was trying to protect Rich Homie. He was calling us saying that, man, hey man, leave Rich Homie alone. Like, he don't tell me what to do.
So that still didn't answer the question. Yes, no, I don't recall. Did Thug have an issue with Rich Homie Quan bringing members of IF gang to his apartment?
Thug, did you have an issue
what-
with Rich Homie?
I'm asking you for what you told the police.
And I'm answering you. I just told you several times. I tell the police anything.
Okay. Do you recall talking about the shooting at the studio with Rich Homie Quan's car last week with Mr. Shard.
I don't know nothing about that.
And you asked him if he had proof. He asked you if it was you who did it, and you asked him if he had proof.
Right.
Why was that your response to his question?
I ain't answering it. I don't know.
Was that shooting done on behalf of YSL?
What shooting?
At the studio. The one you asked him if he had proof of. Yeah,
because that was my first time hearing something about some shootings. I don't recall. I don't know. You talking about the shooting at the studio? If it.
All right. Now, Mr. Shard, on cross-examination, I believe he said to you that you had time between January 11, 2015 and June 10th, 2015 to make up the lies that you told on your friends. Do you remember him asking you some questions around that?
Can you ask me that again?
Sure. Last week, Mr. Shard asked you whether or not you had between January of 2015.
Okay. Can you sustain, but with regard to being able to hear you, do you have I think the mics might be working now, so pick it up and.
I'm going to.
Yes,
is
it
working?
works. Yes.
I'm going to eject.
Sustain.
That's a mischaracterization of the testimony.
Do you recall testifying, Garson, maybe I had the question wrong, about what happened between January of 2015 and June of 2015?
Can you ask it again?
Sure. Let me just ask you this.
Yeah, that'd be nice if you would just get to what you want to ask instead of whether he recalls what he said last week or not. I mean, just skip that part.
Thank you,
Just
Your
get to
Honor.
the question you want to ask.
Thank you. On January 11th, you did not tell the detectives what you knew because you were trying to protect your friends, correct?
No, I told you I was raised to lie to the police. So if you look at my history, like police asked my name in the past, I told them somebody else's name. I just do that for no reason. I'm walking down the street, police, what's your name? I say, I give my little cousin's name. Driving without license, what's your name? I give him somebody else's name. So this is how we raised up.
And in all these interviews, you gave them your real name, correct?
Because they know who I am.
All right. And in all these interviews, you gave them your real phone number, correct?
Because you got to understand, like, when you lying, you ain't lying to get caught.
But you just said you were raised to lie to the police. So, but you didn't do that in these interviews.
I did it to the ones who didn't know the information. Like for instance, with Gapin. Gapin knew my name and stuff. She knew my number. Why would I lie in?
But you didn't do that with Thorpe, correct?
Yeah, because what I had to do that for.
And you didn't do that.
I had to. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Yeah, because it didn't take a rocket science. So they talking about a murder. This is serious. So you gotta come correct.
You didn't lie to Detective Curry about your name and who you
I don't know who that is.
The one who interviewed you after they shot at you, Deshaun, and the baby, correct?
I'm a victim.
All right. And in that June interview, when multiple detectives came and talked to you, you didn't lie to them about who you were, correct?
About who I were?
Who you was.
They knew who I was.
Okay.
It get to the point the police don't even ask me my name no more. They just walk up on me. Yeah, they already know everything about me.
In January of 2015, you hoped or you thought that your friends were going to protect you out in the street, correct?
I've been protecting myself since I've been protecting myself.
By the time June came, Shannon wasn't talking to you anymore, correct?
That's a lie.
Okay. If Gang wasn't shooting at you, correct? If Gang was shooting at you, correct?
You know who was shooting at me?
People from If Gang were shooting at you, correct?
I can't say for a fact.
In June, you thought that Thug was trying to kill you, correct? In June of 2015.
I was going to use that for a platform to start problems with. So I use people to, you know what I mean? To be honest with you, yeah, I let people get in my head.
And by June of 2015, you thought that you were out here all by yourself, correct?
I still feel like I'm out here by myself. I'm just trying to just keep myself free.
And that is why you told the police what you knew or what Little D told you about Nuts murder, correct?
Lil D never told me anything. And again, if you ask me now, we can speak now. But if you want to keep going in the past, I'm going to keep telling you the same thing. Like, I didn't tell the police anything.
Now, you've known that you've had to testify in this trial since, or that you were going to be asked to testify since about November 2022, correct?
The way y'all played it, man, y'all kind of kept me in a blind. But I in my heart, I felt like y'all probably was gonna call me, but people would tell me that, or well, not people, but I was hearing that y'all won't call me because y'all knew I was lying. So until that day you can't see me in Pittsburgh, that's when I was like, oh damn, when that day you can't see me in Pittsburgh, I was like, dang, they for real.
And ever since you either heard about it in 2022 or I actually came to see you, you have not wanted to testify in this case, correct?
Say that, yeah, because I lied. I knew I lied. You can't put me up here to lie. Why you think I'm so scared because I don't know, I can't remember my lies. So it's just like, you don't know which one to lie and which one to truth. So you can just easily be like, well, you lying, we'll lock you up. I ain't trying to go back to jail.
And for the last 2 years, you've been trying to figure out how you want to get around having to face your YSL counterparts about what you told the police back in 2015, correct?
If anybody know me, they better be serious with me.
And you made up in your mind that you were going to tell this jury whatever it is that you were going to finesse, that you were finessing the police back in 2015, correct?
I had no intentions in sitting in front of this jury. Y'all forced me to sit up here. Y'all gave me immunity. I told y'all I lied and I'm going to plead the fifth.
And because we forced you, you had to figure out how to finesse your way through testifying in front of this jury, correct?
I'm not finessing my way. I'm telling my truth. Like, and this just that.
Now, in 2015, you consistently said you told the police whatever you could to get yourself out of jail, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And your finessing was about you getting out of jail, correct?
And me only.
It was never about protecting Thug back in 2015, correct?
And it still ain't about, right now, it's like, and you might try to say I'm protecting him now. It's just my conscience. You know what I mean? My conscience knows this man ain't did anything. And I'm not trying to have it on my conscience.
Okay. But in 2015, when you talked to the police in any of those 2015 interviews, you always omitted your roles in crimes because that would make sure that you did not go to jail, correct?
I don't understand you.
In 2015, when you talked to the police about crimes that you were involved in, you left yourself out of it, correct?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Because that would make sure that you didn't go to jail, correct?
What you mean?
When you talked to the police, you didn't tell them about your role in Rich Homie Quan's dad's barbershop shooting, correct?
Did they ask me about that?
You told them that Rich Homie Quan wanted to pay money for Threat to shoot up the barbershop, or wanted to pay people to harm Threat because he shot up the...
Yeah, because I'm trying to make the police believe that I can help them. So a lot of stuff I told them back then is just like, okay, I'm the key. I'm the one with all the information. You know what I mean? So that was my motive back then.
Okay.
So I was speaking on a lot of stuff that, you know what I mean? Like anything to make the police feel like, oh, I know all the business. I can tell them everything they want to know.
So again, you didn't tell them about your part in shooting up Rich Homie Quan's barbershop, right?
Did I tell them about my part?
Correct. You did not tell the police that you and Threat shot up the barbershop, did you?
So what, you gonna charge me now?
I didn't say that. I'm just asking you a question. Did you tell the police back in 2015 that you and Threat shot up the barbershop?
No.
Right. Because telling them would not let you get out of jail, right? If you told them that, you would get in trouble for that, correct?
Well, anybody get hurt? So I ain't think no. My whole thing is lie to the police. So I'm not going to tell them the truth about nothing that took place for real. Especially what got something to do with me.
All right. Also, you didn't tell them about your parts in the stolen items that were found in your house in June of 2015, correct?
They told me about some stolen stuff that they found.
But you didn't tell them about your part in those stolen items being found in the home, correct?
And Dunbar?
Yes.
What you mean?
You told them it was Little Mike and Quez, correct?
I don't get what you asking me though. I told the police that I gave them their names. Yeah, that's what you asked.
So you did not tell the police about any crimes that you were involved in, correct?
I wasn't committing crimes on the behalf of nobody but myself. Anything I do is beneficial to myself. If that's what you asking, I don't get what you asking me.
Right. Anything is beneficial to yourself. So
I don't take shots for nobody. Can't nobody tell me what to do. Nobody knows able to tell me what to do. I'm gonna do what I want to do regardless.
So when you were meeting with police, you did things that were beneficial for you, correct?
What they mean?
You just said I did things that's beneficial for me. That's what you just said, right?
I'm saying, like my anything. I'm a selfish person. If that's what you ask me.
So when you were in those interviews, it was all about self-preservation for you, correct? You want to do anything so that you did not go to jail, right?
That's what I said.
Okay. So even if that meant telling on your friends, that's what you were going to do so that you did not go to jail, correct?
No. Telling on my friend would be like, okay, Bobby robbed this store. And Bobby did rob the store. And it's proof that Bobby robbed the store. And I was with Bobby when he robbed the store. But making up things saying, okay, Bobby shot Tony. Bobby was over there somewhere else where he could prove that he ain't had nothing to do with it. It wouldn't make sense. They're just getting the police off me. That's what I was doing.
So the finesse was, I'm going to tell the police what I know about the murder because that's going to keep me out of jail. But I'm not going to tell them what I've done because that's also going to keep me out of jail, correct?
No, my whole thing was, I don't got nothing to do with nothing, and nothing don't got nothing to do with me. So when I'm talking to the police, they're so convinced that I did this crime, and they're not going for the stuff I done told them in the past. So I'm just keep trying to talk my way out of it, and I'm making stuff. I'm stupid at the time.
And the finessing that you did to police back in 2015 is always and only was going to be about you and what you needed, correct?
I don't get what you're asking me.
You told Mr. Weinstein last week that you were a BSer. Do you remember telling him that last week?
You told me that yourself one day we was in the back talking.
Do you remember telling Mr. Weinstein that last week?
Yes.
And right now, you're still trying to finesse this jury because it's still always about you, correct?
I'm not trying to finish this jury. I'm trying to be God under you, trying to get up out of here so I can move on with my life. And that's it.
You're still YSL, correct?
What you mean? Am I still YSL?
And you're still YSL for life, correct?
I don't get what you're saying. Like,
you're still YSL for life. That's what you said in the off the porch video, correct?
But you trying to make it seem like it's a game though. That my only purpose is it's not a game. So you saying what you saying? If you drop the game, like you confusing like a more.
All I'm asking you is, are you still YSL for life?
Am I still YSL for life?
Yes.
I don't know how to answer that. Like I don't know.
And what you're doing and what you've been doing for the last couple of months that you've been on the stand is you're still trying to stay loyal to YSL, correct?
If that was the case, I wouldn't even be up here lying on them. If I'm trying to be loyal to them, I wouldn't be trying to lie and put the blame off on them.
And you feel guilty now because you told the police what Shannon, Yak, Thug's involvement was in the murder of Donovan Thomas back in 2015, correct?
No, ma'am. I feel guilty because I have put my hand in some stuff that I should never even done. It's a difference, like I keep telling you. If I knew that these boys did this and that I saw them do that, and I can say for facts they did this. And FaceTime them right in your face and let you hear these niggas talk. Because they think that FaceTime can't be monitored, which is stupid. Every last one of these niggas talk on FaceTime.
And I'm going to conclude that at 1:25:45. Do you hear yourself when you say? Excuse me.
I sustain the objection.
What is the reason why FaceTime is used?
Huh?
What is the reason why FaceTime is used?
What you mean?
Overruled, sir. You can have a continued objection. You can answer the question, sir.
Did you hear yourself in the video say?
Overruled, gentlemen. Mr. Sharp, Mr. Steele.
FaceTime is used because it can't be monitored.
That's what I said.
Did you hear yourself say that in the video?
I told you I got a hearing problem.
Would you like me to play it back for you again?
You can play it. If I can't put it in my ear, I won't be able to recognize what I said. It's the sound of it.
I understand. Have you ever heard of 30 deep?
You said, have I ever heard of 30 deep?
Yes.
Yeah.
And what's 30 deep?
What you mean?
How have you heard of that term, 30 deep?
How have I heard of the term 30 deep?
Yes.
Can you ask me in a way I can understand?
Sure. You said you've heard of 30 deep. You said you've heard of it, 30 deep.
I know about 30 deep.
Okay. What do you know about 30 deep?
What you mean? What do I know about it?
Tell the truth. You said you know about 30 deep. What do you know about 30 deep?
You hearsay the whole number of problems with that question. I object.
I'm overruled the objection.
Is 30 deep?
Objection to leading.
I sustain the objection.
I haven't asked the question.
All right, you can go ahead and rephrase, madam.
What is 30 deep?
My neighborhood.
Is 30 deep a gang?
Huh?
Is 30 deep a gang?
Is it a gang?
Yes, sir.
And what you define as a gang?
How do you define a gang? Or do you, let me strike that. Is 30 deep a group of individuals?
Meaning?
You said 30 deep is your neighborhood.
Yes, it's my neighborhood.
Okay. Is 30 deep a group of people in your neighborhood?
No, it's just, I don't know.
Is it a group of people from your neighborhood?
I just know my neighborhood, I was growing up, I used to hear 30 deep a lot.
And when you heard of 30 deep, what did you understand it to be? What was your understanding of it?
It was cool.
And when you say it was cool, what do you mean?
Like, I thought it was cool. I just see and heard people say 30 deep.
And when you saw and heard people say 30 deep, were they talking about people together?
Overrule, sir.
Speculation.
I'll stand that.
When you heard people talk about 30D, what was your understanding of what they were talking about?
I heard the rapper say in his song 30 Deep. I don't know. I heard Gucci Man rap about it. I heard like Jeezy rap about it. I don't know.
Have you ever been a member or an associate of 30D?
I don't know what associate mean.
Have you ever been around a group of people who identify themselves as 30D?
Have I ever been around a group of people that identify themselves as 30 Deep?
Yes.
I know someone who I guess they say was 30 Deep.
Did you ever consider yourself 30D?
No.
Okay. What about, did you ever consider yourself part of DRC?
No, I consider myself 372.
And what, is that why your Instagram was Woody 372?
My Instagram, Woody versus Woody.
Back in 2014, did you have the Woody 372 Instagram?
I told you I don't recall the Instagram. Back then they had several fake accounts with my name in it, but it wasn't mine.
You said you consider yourself 372. What was 372?
It ain't for you to know.
I'm going to ask you again, Mr. Copeland. What was 372?
372.
Was that a gang?
What do you define as a gang?
Mr. Copeland, I'm asking a question.
I can't answer your question if I don't know what you're talking about.
Was it you and a group of people a part of 372?
And what's a group of people?
3 or more people.
But yeah, but it wasn't no. We didn't hang on it. Like we wasn't. I guess.
Do you remember in February of 2015 talking about 30D in an interview with Investigator Gaither and Investigator Dennis?
Huh?
Do you recall meeting with Investigator Dennis and Investigator? Do you remember meeting with Investigator Curry, in February of 2015 at Atlanta Police Department with your then girlfriend?
Was I handcuffed?
You were not.
Nah, I don't remember.
Do you recall having to go to the Atlanta Police Department after someone came to your home and shot at you?
Your Honor, this is.
Basis.
Your Honor, I have to orient you to the
I'm gonna rule the objection as to form. If you got a better objection, Mr. Steele, you can decompose it. Overruled.
Do you recall going to the Atlanta Police Department on February?
I'm going to object as soon as facts not in evidence.
She's got to orient the witnesses to time and place, so I'm gonna overrule the objection, okay?
Do you recall having to go to the Atlanta Police Department in February of 2015 after you were the victim of an egg assault in which people tried to shoot at you?
I sustain the objection.
After somebody shot at you, your child, and your child's mother. Do you recall having to go to the Atlanta Police Department to be interviewed for that?
Yes.
What happened there? Okay. And do you recall speaking with a detective during that interview?
I don't know who I spoke with.
Okay. But do you remember, it doesn't matter, do you remember speaking with a detective about
Yes.
what happened with you? And during the course of that
interview, do you recall being asked about your affiliation with or your association with 30 Deep?
What you asking me?
Okay. Do you remember the detective asking you if you were a part of 30 Deep?
What I say?
You have to ask yes or no. Do you remember being asked that question?
No, I don't remember him asking me.
Okay. Do you remember saying that?
Basis. I need a form of the objection. Oral, sir. Again, if you pose another objection, I'll listen to it.
He asked you, he told you, you said to him it's a whole gang.
I sustain the objection.
Let me ask you this. Let me just play it. Your Honor, the state will be playing the February 20th, 2015 interview, 156-28 through 156-44.
Oral, sir. You said hearsay. I've overruled it. All right. Thank you. It's impeachment. Is that correct, madam?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Sure.
There's no exhibit number, nothing for the record. I object to this plain.
I'm going to mark
Let
it,
me
Your
fix.
Honor.
Let me fix that. Yes. You do need to mark it as for identification, madam.
Yes, Your Honor. The state would like to send a 378 Yankee Charlie, and it'll be from 156-28 to 156-44.
Said 378 Yankee Charlie.
Yes, Your Honor. 378 Yankee Charlie.
And any objection to states 378 Yankee Charlie from 15-620 to 15-644?
Just point of clarification. What is the state reports the state?
I can't hear you.
I'm asking what the state reports this exhibit to be.
This is the February 20th, 2015 interview of Mr. Copeland.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'll object also to hearsay. I heard the state say this was the investigator said.
You're right. I have to give context to the entire statement.
I'll overrule the objection. It's admitted, maybe that particular section is admitted from (15-620) to 15-644.
Huh?
My cousin was.
What were you associated with? And then everything else that done rolled about with it is starting to come back to haunt.
And Your Honor, I'm going to go back because I think it's maybe 156-27.
30 deep.
Okay.
Huh?
My cousin I was.
What you was associated with. And then everything else that done rolled about with it is starting to come back to haunt.
And we're ending at 156:45. I'm going to also show you, you know what, strike that. To your knowledge, was Demekion Garlington part of 30B?
No,
To your knowledge, was Shannon part of 30B?
no,
Did you ever claim affiliation with the Bloods?
who, me?
Yes, you.
Yeah,
Okay. What blood set?
Bloods, period.
When you say Bloods, period, what do you mean?
Blood. I call myself a blood.
Did you ever leave or stop calling yourself a Blood?
You say, did I start calling myself a blood?
Yes.
Yeah,
When was that?
2015.
And
I think 2015.
And do you have tattoos that would be considered representative of being a member of the Bloods?
No,
Do you have a 5-point star tattoo?
it don't have nothing to do with bloods, though.
Okay. Do you have a 5-point star tattoo?
Yeah.
How many of them do you have?
A lot,
When you say a lot, about how, can you put that in numbers?
more than 5.
And with your 5-point stars, are they colored? Do they have a color?
Yeah.
What color is that?
What you mean? What color are they?
Yeah, what color are your 5-point stars?
Some on just plain, some red, some green.
Do you know how many red ones you have?
No,
Okay. Do you know how many green ones you have?
no,
Do you know how many that are not colored at all?
no.
Was Demekion part of the Bloods?
You gotta ask him that.
Okay, I'm asking you,
Not to my knowledge.
right? Do you
Well, I don't know. I can't say not to my knowledge. I don't know where he was.
do you recall in January of 2015 being interviewed at the Atlanta Police Department? And this was after you had been shot at on the highway?
What about it?
Do you recall being interviewed at the Atlanta Police Department?
No, I don't remember.
I'm going to mark States Exhibit 378Y Yankee Bravo. And I'm going to play from 646:34 to 646:43.
What was the second part? 646.
34 to 646:43. And the 378 Yankee Bravo is the January 28th, 2015 interview of Mr. Kenneth Copeland.
Are you moving to admit that, madam?
Just for the purposes of impeachment, Your
Okay,
Honor.
all right, okay. All right, it's been identified.
Mr. Copeland, is that you in this video on the screen?
I guess.
D told them y'all ain't help me. He said, "Cuz you ain't hang with them. You hang with them. They supposed to help you."
D told Kel them?
Yeah, cause D and Kel them supposed to be the same group.
Right.
So D tell them that. So they like, but me and Kel was at the top. I'm like, look.
What group is D and Kel part of?
I don't know.
Are they both part of, at the time in 2014, were they both part of If Gang?
Objection asked and answered.
Overruled, sir.
Are they a part of If Gang?
I don't know.
Do you know if Shannon was ever a member of the Bloods?
Not to my knowledge.
Can you please put up State's Exhibit 351, Yankee? I'm looking at State's Exhibit 351Y. Are you wearing red?
Yeah.
Okay. Is Shannon wearing red?
Yeah.
And is that's DB in the middle? Does DB have on a red hat?
Yeah.
Okay. The way that DB has his hands with his thumbs together and his middle and pointer finger up, what if anything, does that mean?
It ain't me. You ain't gonna never see me doing it. I don't know.
Do you know that to be the symbol for SMM?
I do not know.
Okay. Is that a red bandana on your right ankle?
Yes.
Okay. Why do you have a red bandana on your right ankle?
Because I wanted to wear it on my right ankle.
Okay. Does it have anything to do with the Bloods wearing red on the right side of their body?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay. Does Shannon have a red object inside of the right side of his pants?
Ask him.
I'm asking you by looking at the picture. Does he have something red inside of his
Oh, okay, yeah.
All right. Now, your hands, what is your hand symbolizing?
Zone 3.
Okay. Is that not a C and K for Crip Killer?
Who hand? You see my hand?
Your hand.
Can you zoom in so she can see the picture? There you go.
Okay, so is that not a C and a K for Crip Killer?
It's me throwing up zone 3. You see the 3?
All right. Any reason why you have the red bandana on your right ankle, not your left ankle?
It's been asked and answered.
Overruled objection.
I'm pretty sure you go get pictures with me having it all over my body. Left, right, head, neck, belt.
Now, have you ever claimed to be a part of ABG?
Me?
Atlanta Blood Gang.
Me?
Yes, you.
Never.
Okay. Do you recall being interviewed by the Atlanta Police Department on January 11th, 2015 with an investigative Thorpe?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, this time the state's going to tender State's Exhibit 378 Yankee Alpha for impeachment purposes, playing 329:46 to 330:13.
All right, hold on 1 second. Yankee Alpha 329:46 to 3:30. I should say 30:13.
To the extent that it doesn't comport with prior inconsistent statement, yes.
I'll note your objection. I'll note your objection, Mr. Sharp.
Hearsay if the other speaker extorts the community.
Oral, sir. It's admitted.
ABG. Yes. But it was in 2000. I had went to jail in 2000. He tell people like, they meet. Okay, so you got ABG. Yes. But it was in 2000. I had went to jail in 2000. I think it's 2015 now. I went to jail in 2013. 12. I went to jail in 2012. And I did a year. But when I went to jail in 2012, I didn't get down with the game. I told them I went in.
So you got out in 2013.
Basis for your objection.
Prior consistent statement of the question asked.
Your Honor, I asked him, was he ever part of ABG? And he
Well, let's
said,
get to that portion, okay?
that's what happened. He said,
Okay, well,
Detective Thorpe asked him, okay, so you,
let's just run it back to that particular section. Tell me where it started.
all right.
All right? Overrule objection for the time being, Mr. Steele.
Okay, so you got ABG. Yes. But it was in 2000. I had went to jail in 2000.
Do you hear when he actually did, you left ABG and you said yes?
He asked me what?
Did you leave ABG?
I don't think that was said. I object to the statements.
I'll play it again one more time for you.
I can't hear it no matter how many times you play it.
Can I see you on counsel for a second, bench, please? My attention, Mr. Weinstein, you filed a motion to recuse me. You filed an affidavit consistent with that, pursuant to Uniform Superior Court Rule, I believe 25.2. The court's had an opportunity to read your motion. I've also had an opportunity to take a look at, because this issue comes up a fair bit. Baptiste versus the state, I'd invite you to take a look at that, and that's from our Court of Appeals, 229 Georgia Appeals 691. Basically, you can't file a motion to recuse for ruling that a trial judge makes, okay? And that's what you're doing in this particular situation. You're saying you don't like what I ruled upon. You're alleging some facts in an affidavit that support that decision. Because if that were the case, then no trial judge would be able to sit through a trial and give adverse rulings. So for the reasons set forth in Baptiste and other cases, I'm going to deny your motion to recuse on its face, okay?
Your Honor, may I just address what you said? I disagree with your characterization that I filed a motion as a result of any ruling.
No. Well, you did in your affidavit. I'm taking in your affidavit as face value, okay? All right? I'm not contesting where you got the information from, at least not yet.
Yes.
But I'm just saying that because it also encompasses that I made a ruling. And as a result of that, if I make a ruling and you don't like it, then every litigant will say, I want to recuse you, Judge Smith or Judge Glanville or Judge whoever, okay? So part and parcel of it is that's why I'm making my ruling in this particular case. Remember, bias. I've got to do something extrajudicial, and you're in your particular, like I would have to say something about you or your clients or anything like that, which I would never do because I'm a steward of this particular process. So I understand what your objection is, or what your statement is in terms of your motion to recuse, and I'm going to deny it.
And I believe, Your Honor, that under Rule 25.3, that you have to cease acting right now.
No, I don't.
And that you can, if I can just finish, and then I promise, if I can just finish this. I believe you have to cease acting. I believe that under 25.3, you have to look at the timeliness of the motion, and you have to look at the sufficiency of the affidavit. I do not believe that you are permitted to just simply deny without taking those steps.
Is that it?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So noted.
Are you denying at this point?
I'm still denying your motion, okay?
Would you grant a certificate of immediate review?
No, sir.
Because
no, sir.
If you grant that certificate, you're always talking about how the appellate court.
No, because if I grant the certificate, it stops the case, okay?
I don't agree.
And I'm not going to do that.
I don't believe it stops the case.
I'm not going to do that.
And if
you can appeal it at the end of the case. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Hey, I'll live by it.
But
okay?
aren't you interested in removing the cloud that's hanging over the case right now, Your Honor? If you grant
Sir, I'd be real careful about what you're pleading at this point in time, what you're stating to the court. As a matter of professional responsibility, remember, we haven't nugged out all of the issues involved in that affidavit. And I would be very careful if I were you, because you have some professional responsibility obligations individually and to this court. And so, I would just leave it at that respectfully. I don't want to get into an argument with you about that, but I would just tell you that, tread lightly, okay, in terms of that at this point.
I understand, Your Honor, and I believe that the certificate of immediate review would be in the interest of the court.
I'm not going to do that.
Would you make factual findings regarding?
I am not at this point in time going to, I've denied the motion, okay?
I believe that's an error, Your Honor.
All right. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Can we call Mr. Copeland now, please? All right, summon our jurors, please. Mr. Weinstein, I am going to prepare a written order, okay?
Okay, thank
All
you.
right,
Your Honor.
okay,
I
all right.
appreciate that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. All right, thank you, Sergeant Ingram. Yes, ma'am. You may continue.
Mr. Copeland, have you heard of YSL?
Yeah.
Okay. And how have you heard of YSL?
Same way everybody else heard of it.
And what is that to you?
What you mean?
How have you heard of it?
How have you heard of it?
Mr. Copeland, if you could please answer the question.
I just did. I said I heard of it the same way everybody else had heard of it, as a music group.
All right. And what does YSL mean?
Young Stoner Life.
What was your objection, sir? Foundation, is that what you said? I'll sustain the objection.
When was the first time you heard of YSL?
When I started, I got out of 2013, and that's when I started hearing it.
And when you started hearing of it, was it where were like was it in Mechanicsville? How did you start hearing of it?
Young Thug had a song that was on the radio, and everybody was playing it.
Did you hear of YSL through an individual by the name of Tick?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I didn't. I hear Slime through Tick, not YSL.
All right. And when you heard of Slime through Tick, what was your understanding of what he was referencing?
That would be speculative.
No, Your Honor, my question, what was his understanding?
I'll rule the objection. I'll rule the objection.
What was your understanding of what Tick was referencing?
What you mean?
You said that you heard of Slime through Tick.
That's what he called me one day. He be like, "Come here, Slime."
Did you ask him why he called? Did you ever ask him why he was calling you Slime?
This Atlanta, we make up words every day.
Okay. Did you know YSL to be? Did you consider YSL to be a gang?
No.
Okay. Have you ever claimed affiliation as being part of YSL, the gang?
There's no foundation, and it goes to the jury's 701. Not the appropriate to call it a gang. The gang is one, not to another. I object.
Objection to your speaking. Objection, Your Honor.
Well, Mr. Steele, remember, I told you not to speak your objection to begin with, so you need to give me a basis. No, you can do,
701.
okay, and what else?
Everything I just said.
Well, I'm not listening to that, because I'm looking for a reason that can be couched in a, okay. You may continue, ma'am.
Thank you. Mr. Copeland, have you ever done an interview with a video blogger off the porch in 2020?
Yeah.
And during that interview,
I don't know when.
how many times have you done an interview with Off the Porch?
I don't know.
In the interview with Off the Porch, do you recall them asking you about YSL and the fact that you talk about YSL a lot in your songs?
What I supposed to say?
And your response to them was gang?
That what I said?
Your Honor, the state would like to attend or say exhibit 379Y at (9 minutes and 30 seconds to 9 minutes and 35 seconds.
Any objection to states 379 Yankee from 9:30 to 9:35? All right, hearing none, it's admitted and may be published as you see fit.
And first of all, that's you, Mr. Copeland. Is that you, Mr. Copeland? Is that you?
You look like it.
And you rap YSL a lot in your music.
Dang.
And you rep YSL a lot in your music.
Gang. Yeah.
Did you hear that? Do I need to bring it closer to you?
I heard him say I read YSL a lot.
And did you hear what your response was? Did you hear what your response was?
Yeah, gang.
All right. When you responded, gang, what did you mean?
I responded gang.
You're saying you didn't say gang, you said game.
Gang.
GAME is what you're saying that you said?
Yeah, when he said YSL, gang.
So your testimony today is that you said game and not gang. I'm trying to get clarification.
Oh, hold on. All right, I'll sustain the objection as to ask the answer.
Do you recall in the beginning of that same video saying slat YSL for life?
What about it?
Did you say that?
Probably so.
Okay. When you say slat YSL for life, what are you referencing?
What you mean? I don't know what referencing mean.
When you say YSL for life, are you talking about the music or the gang?
So I'm doing an interview with Off the Porch.
Okay.
I'm trying to get into the music. And I was told I had to make people believe in me. So I was doing interviews trying to make people believe in me.
Have you ever been signed to YSL, the record label?
No.
All right. So why would you be repping YSL if you've never been signed to the record label?
Because I sent Young Thug my music and tried to convince him that I was trying to go the right way in life and do music. So.
And he never signed you to the label?
I went back to jail.
But you were never signed to the label?
How could I say this?
I sustain the objection. Oh, okay. All right, Mr. Still noted.
When you said, as you're saying now, you said game, what did you mean by that?
Game.
So what did you mean when you said that?
What you mean? Like, what did I mean?
What does game mean?
I'm trying to run a game.
So because I'm trying to understand.
I'm trying to run game. So when he said, I mentioned YSL a lot of my game, this the direction I'm trying to go. I'm trying to get their attention to sign me. This my whole, however you say it.
All right. You said their attention to sign you, but you were friends with Young Thug before this interview. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, but what he told me was he not putting his money into me if I'm gonna be out here in the streets.
Okay. So why are you still representing YSL if he wasn't going to put any money in you?
I had to convince that I was serious about the music. So if he didn't sign me, if somebody had the right amount of money, then that's where I was gonna go.
Okay. Now, since we're talking about let me ask you this. Prior to 2020, when that interview was taken, did you represent YSL back in 2015 and 2014? Was it about the music in 2015 and 2014?
You said, was it about the music?
Yeah.
What you mean?
You're telling the jury that the reason why you rep YSL is because you were trying to get signed. Is that fair to say?
No, you asked me about the interview. And I was saying why I said in the interview was to get these people attention.
Before this interview,
Okay.
did you rep YSL before this interview?
I did.
Okay. And before this interview, when you rep YSL, what was your purpose of representing YSL at that time?
You said what was my purpose?
Why were you representing YSL before this interview?
You got to be more specific, like clear on what you're saying. You talk about back in the days? You talking about 2020? What are you talking about?
it's 342 gang. So back in 2014, is that you throwing up the YSL sign?
I don't know if this 2014.
We can scroll down. Do you see the date being October 26, 2014?
Yeah, I see it right here.
In this symbol, you're throwing up.
I stand objection.
Why are you throwing up the YSL symbol? This.
That's not, I'm gonna overrule the objection for leading.
Why are you throwing up the YSL symbol?
For clout?
So in 2014, you were doing it for clout.
Yeah, I was going around. Everybody said they see me with Doug and Birdman them.
Besides clout, did you ever call yourself running with YSL and talking about gangs in a January 11th interview with Detective Thorpe?
Say that again?
Sure. In January of 2011, when you were interviewed by the Atlanta Police Department in January 11th of 2015?
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
Well, I don't know the date, but.
And were you interviewed in reference to the killing of Donovan Thomas?
I was.
And during that interview, were you asked questions about YSL and IF gang?
In January?
Yes.
I don't recall.
You don't recall? Okay. And during that interview, let me ask you this. Was there any point in that interview that you and Detective Thorpe were talking about music?
I don't recall.
Do you recall why you went to the police department on that morning to talk with Detective Thorpe?
Yes.
Why did you go to talk to Detective Thorpe?
Because they called me because they said that my name was involved in the murder.
Okay. And why did you choose to go meet with the detectives on that day?
Huh?
Why did you decide to go down and speak with the detectives that day?
I don't know.
Were you involved in the murder that they were calling you about?
No.
Did you tell the detectives that?
I don't. Did I tell them what?
That you were not involved in the murder?
I think I told them I didn't do it.
And during that first meeting that you had with the detectives, did you talk about the beef between YSL and IF gang during that interview?
I don't know. I don't know. All I remember was about that interview was he questioned me about. He called me down there because he said that everybody said I did this crime.
And during the course of that,
I don't remember about nothing else that he discussed with me.
do you remember in a February 21st, 2015 interview, speaking with police about the beef between IF gang and YSL?
No, I do not.
Let me ask you this, because we're going to come back to YSL and If Gang. Have you ever been to Club Crucial?
Yeah,
When was the last time you've been to Club Crucial?
I don't know.
Do you know if Club Crucial is still open for business?
I think it's still open.
All right. I want to go back to 2014, 2015. How often back in 2014 and 2015 would you go to Crucial?
Every Monday,
Why did you go every Monday?
because that was the night everybody be there.
Was there a specific event that happened on Monday nights?
Yeah, they fight.
When you say they fight, who's that?
The girls in the club.
And when you say they fight in the club, are they people just getting in fist fights, or was it something that was structured like a fight night?
It was a boxing.
And with the boxing night, would people bet on the boxing match that was happening?
How I supposed to know?
With Mr. Copeland here, so go ahead, Ms. Hilton.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Copeland, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
I got to say it back.
You haven't said anything yet. On Friday when we left, I asked you how old you are. And you said that you were grown. Can you please tell me in numbers how old you are?
Say that again.
Sure. Can you please tell the jury how old you are in numbers?
32.
And when is your birthday?
Say that again.
When is your birthday? I'm sorry. When is your birthday?
Next month.
Is that July?
I think so.
Okay. And were you born on July 25th?
I guess.
Okay. Are you from Atlanta?
I'm from Canterville.
Okay. Is that a section of the city in Atlanta?
I guess.
You guess? All right. And did you grow up in Mechanicsville?
For sure.
Did you say for sure? All right. And when you grew up, do you have siblings?
Huh?
Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah.
All right. And when you were younger, did you live with all of your brothers and sisters?
Objection, relevance.
Overruled, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to specifically talk about your brothers. How many brothers do you have?
Relevance.
Overruled, sir.
More than one.
Okay. How many?
I think 3.
All right. And what are your 3 brothers' names?
Relevance.
Overruled, sir.
Trey Nato boss.
Say that one more time. You said it's fast.
Nato Trey's boss.
Nato, Trez, and Boss. Okay. Nato. What's Nato's given name? Or you just give me the first name.
I just did.
Nato.
Yeah.
Okay. Trez. What's Trez's first name?
Trey's.
Is Trez's first name Ron Trez?
I guess.
All right. And Nato, is that Rodney?
I guess.
Okay. And then what's the third nickname you gave me?
Boss.
Is Boss Rodriguez?
I guess.
All right. And when you were younger, did you go to school?
Yes.
Where did you attend school?
I don't know. I went to a lot of different schools.
Okay. What are all the schools you went to?
I don't recall all of them.
Oh, just tell me some of them.
I only know one. Slater.
Slater. Is that elementary school or middle school?
Elementary.
While you don't remember what middle school you went to, did you go to middle school?
I think I did.
How long did you go to, did you finish middle school?
Relevance.
Overruled.
Yeah, I think.
Okay. Did you go to high school at all?
Yeah.
All right. When you went to high school, did you go to Southside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overruled, sir.
Did you graduate from high school?
No.
All right. Do you remember what year you left high school?
No.
All right. After high school, did you work?
No.
What did you do after high school if you weren't working?
Say that again.
Did you do anything? If you weren't working, what were you doing?
I don't recall.
Okay. Are you married?
Nope.
Are you in a relationship?
Nope.
Right. Do you have children?
You know that.
Okay. I do, but the jury doesn't. Do you have children?
Yep.
All right. How many?
More than one.
All right. Do you have more than 3?
I might. Ain't no telling.
Okay. That's perfect. That's fair. Do you have 2 that you know of?
Yeah.
All right. And how old are your 2 children?
The same age.
What's that?
I don't know. Y'all been having me in jail so long. I can't recall.
Okay. Were you in jail on Friday? Prior to?
Yeah, I was in jail Friday.
Were you in jail on Thursday?
Thursday ain't came yet.
No, last Thursday.
I felt like it.
All right. When you weren't in jail last Thursday, although you felt like it, how old were your children?
I don't know their ages.
Okay. Are you currently working?
I'm in jail.
Prior to going to jail on Friday, are you currently working?
Nope.
All right. Now, you talked about being in jail, which was on Friday. Prior to any of this, do you have any criminal convictions?
Of course.
Okay. Do you know offhand how many?
Don't keep up with it.
Okay. Tell the jurors the types of crimes that you've been convicted of.
Driving without license.
Okay. What else?
Driving with suspended license.
Okay. What else?
Ran in front of police.
All right. What else? Let me ask, do you have a theft
I'll
by...
be putting charges on me, so I go to jail for the charges y'all throw on me.
Okay. Do you have a conviction for theft by taking?
You tell me?
Do you recall having a conviction for theft by taking from 2009?
What did I take?
Yes or no?
I don't know what happened in 2009.
Okay. Do you recall having any convictions for aggravated assault?
Probably so.
All right. What about conviction for entering auto?
I don't know.
Okay. What about for terroristic threats?
What about it?
Do you have a conviction for terroristic threats?
I think they were with the aggravated assault.
Okay. What about theft by receiving stolen property?
I don't know.
What about possession of a vehicle with altered VIN number?
Never heard of that.
Okay. And what about possession of a controlled substance with the intent to distribute?
What's that?
Did you ever take a drug charge recently?
Oh, that's the charge y'all put on me.
Okay. Did you plead guilty to that?
I had to.
All right. And did you recently plead guilty to possession of a firearm by a convicted felon?
Y'all put that charge on me too.
Okay. And did you plead guilty to that?
I had to.
All right. Your Honor, the state's going to tender State's Exhibit 382Y, 383Y, 384Y, and 385 Yankee, Your Honor, as self-authenticating documents. 382Y is the criminal conviction 15 SC.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm getting to that, Mr. Steele, so. Mr. Copeland, you remember we swore you in on Friday? Just wanted to remind you you're still under oath, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Copeland, in addition to some of those charges that we just discussed, did you also have a federal charge in 2015, a federal gun charge that you pled guilty to?
I did.
Do you recall having a federal gun charge in 2015?
You asking me or you telling me?
I'm asking you.
What you asking me?
Did you plead guilty to a federal gun charge in 2015?
I think I did.
Okay. Did you go to prison for that gun charge?
I pled guilty to it. I'm pretty sure y'all sent me to prison.
Okay. Do you recall how long you spent in prison?
You can remind me?
Do you recall how long you spent in prison?
No, I don't recall.
Did you spend at least 5 years in custody?
I think that's what they gave me.
When did you get out of prison for the federal charges?
When they let me go.
Do you remember what year that was?
One of these years.
Was it in 2024?
It's this year, ain't
Right.
Nah.
Okay. Was it last year in 2023?
No.
Was it the year before that in 2022?
I think I was in Rice Street.
In 2022?
I think.
Okay. So then, did you get out of prison and then go to Rice Street?
Y'all locked me up so much. I can't read.
And let me say this: when we say Rice Street, are you talking about the Fulton County Jail?
Yeah.
Okay. But you went to Rice Street after you got out of federal custody.
I went to Rice Street. Nah, I think I got out on the street. And then y'all locked me back up.
All right. So then in 2022, if you went into custody at Rice Street, did you get out of the federal custody in 2021?
I got out of the feds in 2019.
Okay, thank you. Now, Ms. Copeland, do you have a nickname? You're smiling. Do you have
Ask me a question?
Do you have a nickname?
Yeah.
What's your nickname?
Psycho.
Okay. Do you have another one?
Yeah.
What's that?
Woody.
Woody. And do you have a way that you spell Woody?
However people want to spell it.
Okay. And how did you get your nickname?
My mama.
And when people refer to you, do they refer to you as Kenneth, Psycho, or Woody?
All three.
All three. Which one do they use the most?
Objection, Your Honor. Relevance.
Overrule, sir. That's not an objection, sir.
Which one do people refer?
Overrule, sir. He said speculation. Overrule, sir. That's right.
People who don't know me that good call me Woody.
Okay. And what about people who know you?
They call me Kenneth.
They call you Kenneth. Now, I want to ask you if you know a few people, all right? First, do you know someone by the name of Shannon Stillwell?
What's his nickname?
SB. Or Shannon? Or Shannon Jackson? Stillwell, Shannon Stillwell, or Shannon Jackson, same person?
Yeah.
Okay. How long have you known Shannon?
We went to school together.
Do you remember which school?
I know one of them.
It was one of them. Okay. Was it elementary or middle?
Might be elementary or middle, one of them.
Okay. And I know I just said his nickname is SB. Is that what you call him?
That's what I call who?
Shannon.
No.
Okay. What do you call Shannon?
I call him Shannon.
And do you see Shannon in the courtroom today?
Well, I got a vision problem.
Okay.
I can't see that far.
All right. So if you want to stand up and look around the courtroom and look around the entire courtroom, tell me if you see Shannon in the courtroom today. Do you need to sit down?
Nah, I'm lightheaded. I ain't had nothing to drink.
Okay. Do you want some water?
You gonna give me a drink?
I'll get you some water.
I don't drink water.
Well, I don't have nothing else for you. But I will put some water up there for you.
Who am I looking for?
Shannon.
I think I see him.
Okay. When you say you think, you can have a seat. When you say you think you see him, what do you think he's wearing?
Look like he wearing gray over there.
So who are you pointing to over there that's wearing gray?
I think the lady got red hair.
Okay, so you pointing to a lady and not Shannon?
No, the one behind her.
Okay, so you're saying you believe that the person behind the lady with the red hair is Shannon. Is that what you're saying today?
Well, it looked like.
Okay. Does anybody else over there look like Shannon?
Yeah.
Okay, who's the other person who looks like Shannon over there?
He's standing behind the bald head dude right there.
He's standing or he's sitting?
Sitting down, I guess.
Okay. What's his hairstyle?
Bald head.
So you're saying Shannon's the one with the bald head? Or he's sitting behind
he's sitting
him?
behind the dude with the bald head. I think that's him.
Okay.
It's two people with dreads. I can't see I just see dreads.
Okay. Let me just ask you this. Is Shannon from Atlanta?
I don't know.
When you first met him, where did you meet him at? Was it in school?
Ooh.
While y'all were in school, did y'all develop a friendship?
Nope.
Okay. At some point in time, did you ever develop a friendship with Shannon?
Yeah.
Okay. When was that?
I don't know when, but at one point we became cool.
Okay. And when you say cool, what do you mean?
COOL.
I didn't ask you to spell it. I asked you what you mean.
Well, we became cool. I don't know what you mean. I don't know.
Did you look at him as a brother? Was he an acquaintance? Was he just someone you talked to on occasion? When you define cool, what was your relationship like with him?
Oh, just a dude in the street.
That's it? Did that develop over time?
Say that again?
You said he was just a dude in the street. Did that relationship develop over time? Where he became more than just a dude on the street?
I guess.
Okay. And when you say, I guess, what do you mean?
What you mean? What do I mean? We became cool.
Okay. During the course of your coolness with Shannon, did you meet any of his family members?
Say that again?
As your coolness of your relationship developed, did you meet any family members of his?
No.
Never met any of his family members?
I never met none of his family members.
Okay. What about any of his girlfriends?
What you mean?
Have you ever met any of The people he ever dated.
I don't know how he seen him, but I done seen him with girls.
Okay, so you met some of the people that he may or may not have dated.
I guess.
All right. Now, when y'all were cool and you would see him in the streets, how often would you all hang out with each other?
What you mean?
How often would the two of you spend time with each other?
You gotta be specific.
Sure. Would the two of you go out?
I go out with anybody, even you.
I'm not asking about me. I'm asking about Shannon. Would the two of you go out?
We have went out.
Okay. How often have the two of you gone out?
I don't know.
Is it more than, let me see. You said you met him in middle school. You're 32. So roughly over the course of 20 years.
No.
No, you have not gone out with him?
I met him after me and him went to school, we never hung. I met him in 20 what? I met him in recent years. After we left school, in school we just knew each other. We didn't.
Y'all didn't hang out with each other?
Yeah, no.
So about how old were you when y'all began hanging out with each other?
Most of our, whatever you trying to say, I was in jail. So.
But prior to you going to jail, did you hang out with Shannon?
I said yeah to that.
Okay. So my question is, if we're in 2024, I want you to think back your earliest memory outside of school when you would first start hanging out with Shannon.
Thinking back, all I remember is being in jail most of the time.
Were you in jail in 2014?
I've been in and out.
Okay. What about jail in 2013?
Yes.
Okay. Were you friends with Shannon when you were in jail in 2013?
I knew him.
Okay. You knew him? Are you saying you didn't hang out with him, or you just knew who he was?
Yeah, I knew who he was. I think that. I think I took a few pictures with him back then, but I don't recall. No, I'm lying. I knew him before 13.
You knew him before 13. Okay. About when?
I think I met him. I don't know if it was 2010, something like that. I don't know.
Okay. So at least at this point, about roughly 14 years. You know.
But I've been in jail most of that time, so.
Did you all speak while you were in jail?
A few times.
Okay. So your friendship didn't stop just because you went to jail?
What you mean?
I stayed.
Did your friendship stop just because you went to jail?
Who determined when a friendship start and stop?
I guess you would.
I will.
Yeah. So did your friendship stop, or your coolness, because you said coolness, did your coolness stop with him when you went to jail?
Well, in jail, out of sight, out of mind. One day I probably called or something. I don't.
Okay. You on permission to approach?
Hey, Judge.
Sir.
I'm hot. Can I take this sweat off?
We have to go into recess for school. We'll do it right there.
You want to recess?
Can we just we're going to recess, ladies and gentlemen, maybe about 5 minutes, okay? All right. All rise.
Do you know someone by the name of Jeffrey Williams?
I heard of him. He's a rapper.
Okay. Do you know?
I know him. I don't know him as Jeffrey Williams. I know him as Young Thug.
All right. And when you say you know him as a rapper, have you ever spent time with this individual?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. When is the first time you recall, strike that, what do you refer to him as?
Young Thug.
Okay. When is the first time that you recall meeting Young Thug?
At the studio.
And roughly, About what year are we talking about?
Before I went to jail.
Which time?
Right. Before that, I went to the feds.
So before 2015. Do you see him in the courtroom today?
Yeah.
Can you identify him by article of clothing he is wearing?
Brown. With dread, sitting next to the bald head guy.
All right. Is anyone else on the other side of him?
We'll stipulate Mr. Williams sitting next to me.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. You said that you met at the studio. How did you meet him at the studio?
Through a friend.
What friend?
I really didn't meet him. I just saw him at the studio when I was with a friend.
What friend were you with?
And I asked him, can I take a picture?
What friend were you with when you saw him at the studio?
Doc.
Was it anyone else?
Huh?
Was there anyone else?
There's a lot of people there. I don't recall who all the people was.
Do you recall if Tick was present when you first met Miss Young Thug?
I can't recall.
You said that you met him at the studio and you asked to take a picture with him. You're right, I'm looping the question so I can get to my next question. When you met him at the studio and you took a picture, did your friendship or relationship develop after that time that you met him in the studio?
What you mean?
Did you all develop a friendship?
Did we develop a friendship?
Yes.
My definition of a friendship is not just knowing somebody or knowing who somebody is.
Okay. Did you start hanging out with him?
I started going to the studio a lot.
Okay. Did you start hanging with him outside of the studio?
I have.
Okay. When you hung with him outside of the studio, where type of places would you hang out with him at?
But most of the time, he liked to be in the studio.
Okay. My question is, when he was not in the studio and you hung out with him, where would you hang out with him at?
We used to do fun stuff, like go to bowling alleys and stuff like that. He went to the kids' football game, I remember. I've been to the club with them. I've been on shows, let me correct that.
You said on shows?
Yeah, like when I watch him perform.
All right. And the shows, the bowling alleys, the club, are we talking about in 2014, 2015, or some other time?
2014 only.
2014 only. In 2014, about how often would you see each other on a monthly basis?
I don't keep up with that type of stuff.
Okay. Did you see him a lot in 2014? Was it quite often? Were you always around? Or did you see him once in a blue moon?
Well, to know he was a rapper and successful, I seen him a lot. To me, I think I saw him a lot.
Are you referencing like seeing him on television or being around him in person?
What you mean?
You just said, because he's a rapper, I saw him a lot.
Yeah, because you don't see rappers a lot. So,
and I'm sorry, I just want to clarify. When you're talking about seeing him, are you talking about physically being in his presence or seeing him like on television?
I knew people that be around him.
Okay.
And I used to see him a lot. Every time I see him, I saw him.
All right.
I was happy to see him.
Besides seeing him in person, would you ever speak with him over the phone?
Meaning?
Did you ever talk to him? Let's first start old school. Pick up the phone, dial some numbers. Would you ever talk to him over the phone?
Have me and him had conversations?
Yes.
I can't recall if we did or didn't.
Okay. Let me ask you FaceTime. Have you and Mr. Williams ever FaceTime with each other?
I can't recall.
I can't recall. Let me just ask you generally, in 2014, with any of your friends, Shannon, Little D, Yak, or you said you didn't speak to Yak, would you FaceTime any of them?
Say that again?
Shannon and Little D, would you FaceTime them back in 2014?
I don't like FaceTime.
I know you don't like it. That's not my question.
That's what I'm saying. So most of the time I talk on the phone, I call regular.
Okay, but have you?
I don't recall talking on FaceTime.
You don't recall talking on FaceTime?
Not that I know of. Not that I know of. And I don't, you had to ask that again because I ain't for sure what you're asking.
Sure. I'll ask you again. 2014, 2015, have you ever, I'll wait till you finish.
I'm tired.
You and I both. Okay.
I sustain the objection.
Back in 2014, have you ever FaceTimed with Little D? Ever? Back then?
Little D?
Little D.
How I supposed to remember that?
Do you recall ever FaceTiming with Little D?
I don't.
Okay. What about Shannon?
I don't.
Okay. What about the person you identify as Young Thug?
The person I identify as who?
Young Thug.
I don't.
Okay. What about, you said noted Yak.
If I FaceTime with him, I probably screenshot it and post it on social media just to show people that I probably was on the phone, but I don't remember if I ever did have it.
Okay. Now, you said that you would spend time with him, whether it's a studio or in other places. Were you close to Young Thug as you were Shannon and Little D?
That's not established on no foundation.
I sustain the objection.
Did you speak often with Young Thug back in 2014? Did you talk to him often?
Not that I recall.
Not that you recall.
They lying. Ain't nobody call me.
Yeah. Shannon, Lil D. I just said, that's what I'm talking about.
I told
That's what they told me. What's up?
You told me text my name and what?
Your charge. Text me your name, your birthday. Because you don't want your name and your birthday in your charge.
Shit,
And then
I got a lot of charges though.
What is your probate?
So it's out. It sounds like what y'all agreed to. All right, what's the next issue?
Your Honor, the next issue is at 1513 to the end. Now, Attorney Stills, you found it? It's out. So we're good. Keep going. 1 second. Okay, Your Honor, can we play from 1513 to the end, the unredacted version? It may make more sense to explain the argument by listening to it.
Not yet. So y'all had agreed that 1515 to 1532 would be out. So is it not out? It is out. Okay, then what's the issue?
So, go ahead. So I don't know if that's 17 seconds that was redacted from the version that the state sent to us. So I want a clarification with them, but our understanding was that not only was Attorney Still's name supposed to be taken out, but the part where Jeffrey Williams responds and says, well, Mr. Copeland says, but we don't have a lawyer, something like that. And then Mr. Williams says in response, we can just use my lawyer. We thought that was supposed to be taken out also because obviously that would imply Mr. Steele. And so the next line where Mr. Williams actually says Brian's name, that part's taken out, but not the sentence right before it.
That says we can just use my lawyer?
Yes.
No, Your Honor, the specific thing that was asked to be out was his name. And we had argument on Brian Steele's name, and the agreement was we would stop at lawyer and everything after that would be out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at what y'all said you agreed to. So if we can use my lawyer is before 1515, then, I mean, frankly, Mr. Williams could have an entire stable full of lawyers. And probably does. No offense, Mr. Steele.
No offense taken. I agree that we should just follow what was ordered. And it's 1515, 1532.
Okay.
So I just need to, we could do it privately, but whatever that is should come out. That's it.
But that is what
All right.
I gave to our graphics person everything that we agreed upon, and that is what was taken out.
Okay. So the last thing that said is my lawyer.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's fine. What else? Okay.
I just need to check that, but I'll do that side.
Okay. All right. So is that the next thing you're going to play?
I'm going to ask some questions, and then we'll play that, and then we'll go
Okay.
into...
So you'll have time, Mr. Steele, while the questions are going on to double check that one part real fast? Okay. All right.
Thanks, Your Honor.
Just give me some sort of signal if we need to deal with it again before she plays it. All right. Are we ready for the jury then? Yes. All right. Let's get Mr. Copeland.
all jurors present, count four.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Hilton, you can continue.
Now, Mr. Copeland, in the last interview that we listened to, you talk about Tay from NBC. Is that threat?
I don't recall.
And is that the same Tay that Shell Kel shot back in 2015?
I don't recall.
Now, you also, in that same interview, talked about a different Tay from Simpson Road. Is that correct?
I don't recall.
Is Tay from Simpson Road nicknamed Savage?
I don't recall.
Why did you give Nut his stuff back?
I don't know. I don't recall.
Now, after that interview, you went to jail, correct?
Huh?
After that last interview we just watched from February 21, you went to jail, correct?
What that interview?
The one we just watched before lunch.
Probably so.
Okay. While in jail, did you call Max while you were in custody?
I don't recall.
Have you had the opportunity to listen to a jail call today with you and Max on that call?
I don't recall.
Your Honor, this time the state like to tender State's Exhibit 393Y for a prior inconsistent statement
And it is what?
The jail call from March of 2011.
Okay. March. Do you have a date?
March 11th, 2015, I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, that's admitted. You may.
Jail. This call is subject to recording and monitoring, and your location information may be collected and used by corrections and law enforcement personnel.
To accept charges, press 1. To refuse charge.
For a limited time, visit an inmate from the comfort of your home for only $5. Take advantage of this limited time promotion by going to www.securistech.net and creating a Securus video visitation account today.
Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hello? Yeah, she got things on her ass. What? There's like, the girl got bags all up on her ass.
What you have to go now?
Okay, I'm trying to out there. I'm taking the old lady. Okay. Over the canyon and everything's all right. I just over good. Yeah. All right. See you later. Okay. What's her number?
404.
Hello. 404.
58.
1990.
Hello?
Woody.
Max.
What up, bro?
What the hell going on?
Huh?
I said, what the hell going on?
Get legit huh? You guys, loud and loud. On the judge court, they supposed to keep me in the judge updated. Hold on, I gotta walk out.
Jay, when you answer the phone for me.
Hold on right there. Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, they supposed to, hold on, I'm finna call her on the freeway. Hold on, I gotta walk away from that music. We on legit tour.
Alright.
Hold on. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah. Hold on. But they supposed to keep us at one while we on tour.
Yeah, man.
She supposed to keep us informed, like kept calling me while we on tour.
She won't even answer the phone for me, bro.
You want me to call her three-way?
Huh?
I said, you want me to call her three-way or call her when I get out of the phone?
When the last time you talked to her?
The last time I talked to her, like, 2 weeks ago. She like her cousin gonna keep her undated, but
what? She told me I supposed to went to court Friday on Thursday.
So what they say?
Shit, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to see if I'm a ghost still, but I ain't talking to nobody like shit.
Okay, I'm on the phone.
Huh?
What you want? What you need me to do?
Call Jade and see if she gonna answer me your phone.
Okay, I ain't gonna put on the picture house. Hold on. Change it out for me.
Saying else.
No.
Damn, man. I'm just,
I can have the judge daddy check on it and see when you go to court. The judge daddy do that.
see, listen, I go to court at jail. I don't go to court downtown.
I know that I still have the judge daddy check on it.
See, like if you check, it ain't gonna say it in the computer. It's like in the computer, it's saying I don't have a court date.
You go this Friday?
I was supposed to go this Friday. Like my probation house, they shouldn't call me probation house. But probation house told her that I was on the calendar for the 13th.
What I was gonna say, so they holding you just for probation?
Yeah, that's the only thing I got is probation. I don't got no new charge.
You talk to your probation house?
Yeah, I talked to her. She ain't put the hold on.
Who did?
What you say?
So he didn't put the fucking probation hold, did he? You know,
What you say, man?
I said, so if she didn't put the probation hold on you, who did?
Her supervisor. The police.
Why?
The police had went to the night the nigga pulled up on me and shot at her. The police got mad because they ain't say nothing. So he couldn't lock me up because they ain't have no gun, they ain't have nothing. So he went to my probation house and asked them, like, is there anything I haven't been doing? And they be like, I ain't did my community service. So they locked me up for not doing community service. But everybody, like, they didn't even then lock me up for I could have been doing bitch through that probation for that. Nah,
yeah.
I'm gonna get out when I go to court. It's just they won't give me no court date.
So don't we really need to get you a court date?
Yeah, I've been trying to get a lawyer, but I couldn't.
I need to talk to the judge. I need to talk to the judge dad about it, because you know the judge dad know those people. Big Jim know those people. He know them people at the courthouse and at Wall Street. Yeah. But only reason why I said that is Big Jim, because Jay was like she was gonna handle it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She got her brother, her folks on this shit. So whenever she hears something, she was gonna call me back and tell me. But I ain't even talk to her ever since she got arrested. And I called her at night. I ain't talked to her.
She got
like 2 weeks ago. Who?
Jay.
No, that hoe ain't like her. She on Instagram.
Oh. Now, look. See, when they had locked me up, then the police came out here and took me back downtown, tried to question me again. You feel me?
Yeah.
And then, like, they did holding me in jail. Shit, whenever I go to court, they gonna let me go. I just gotta go to court.
Yeah. Well, we need to try and figure that out. Because we ain't in Atlanta. We won't be back in Atlanta until April the 6th. But, you know, like, we can still, like, look, if I just go tell the judge, hit up one day, I'm going there and get you a court date. You know what I'm saying?
Ask him and see what he say.
Hold on, I don't know what I think. Who you said we figure it? Jailhouse?
Hello?
Yeah, but I like it.
Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
What's going on?
Man. Okay. Hey, Rick on. What's going on, Slam?
Say, hey man, I need this lawyer, man.
A lawyer? I told him.
They won't take me to court, and they saying the only way I get in court is a lawyer. I need a lawyer.
I've been told him you're good at calling.
Huh?
I said, I've been told you're good at calling. They said she wouldn't answer my phone about some shit.
I know.
Well, they come out of.
Whenever I go to court, I get out. They say I'm.
Yeah. What is this probation?
Yeah. I supposed to go to Friday, but ain't nobody came to talk to me. And last time they did it, they had resetted me. So, and I need to get a lawyer, and the lawyer get me in there, and I can go ahead and get out.
Yeah. Who you want?
Huh?
I said, who you want?
Who I want?
Yeah.
What you mean, who I want? A lawyer?
Yeah.
I don't know no lawyer.
So, I'm saying, what's your charge? What is it, a probation violation?
Yeah. Only thing you said, I ain't did no community service. That's the only thing I got.
You ain't do no community service?
Yeah.
Deshaun need to text me your first and last name, your charge. And I just texted to my lawyer.
Alright, I'm gonna have her text to you.
Text right now, man. So you ain't got the phone. I get the lawyer. You know damn well I am 9 in the morning. I've been told that girl to call me. They just said she won't answer the phone for nobody or whatever.
Deshaun.
They lying. Ain't nobody call me.
Man, yeah. Shannon, all the deep. They just said you don't answer the phone for nobody. That's what they told me. What's up?
You told me text my name and what?
Your charge. Text me your name, your birthday. Because you don't want your name and your birthday and your charge.
Shit,
and then
I got a lot of charges though.
What is your probation violation? What is it?
I ain't got no new charge. Only thing I got probation violation. But I got like three different cases, but it's all upon the one probation.
You got 3 what, son?
I got three cases that I'm on probation for, but it's all upon the one probation hold.
So when you got locked up, you didn't have no new charge?
Nah, they didn't have them charge me with.
Oh yeah, that's good. Oh yeah, that's too good.
So they did.
That's good.
They brought me down here and they came and pushed me the next day after they brought me to jail. They came to push me about some shit, and then they brought me back down here. And I ain't been pushed since.
So she need to text your name and your birthday and whatever your charges is. You on Rice Street, huh?
Yeah, I'm in Rice Street.
He can go. He'll come down in the morning.
I go to court at the jail. You said what?
You go to court when?
I go to court at the jail. I supposed to go Friday. He said
you got to go to like here in court.
When I go to the court, you let me go.
Yeah, I already know that. You just gotta get in the courtroom.
Yeah, that's all I got.
They gotta get on the goddamn felony. You know, they should have been called. They would have called you that lawyer saying they got locked up or the next motherfucking morning.
I'm trying to call. Every time I call Shannon phone, he ain't answer, and then when I got a phone, they Shannon like he'll call back and shit like that.
Hold on.
But I had tried calling that phone, she ain't had no minutes.
Who?
Max, she ain't had no minutes. Yeah.
You want me to tell her to put something on her?
Nah, she ain't got to put nothing on Deshaun.
Nah. That jinx. I mean, put no name on the phone.
Yeah, that was a bull.
That jinx. I ain't ever did that.
Yeah.
I ain't ever in my life like got locked up and put me on the phone. I just feel like that jinx, like you know you from the street.
Yeah,
I ain't ever did that.
Now tight room going around, they beat me up in everything, man.
You already know all that was coming. I already knew all that was coming. Oh, they say your shit good. Everybody down there blinking your eyes.
Yeah, they say the police let them jump on me. I see Nick crazy, man.
Man, whoever has so many problems, and whoever in the jail, all that jump ain't nothing. This shit ain't nothing, man. This shit ain't nothing, man.
This shit here a drag, bro.
Man, what the hell you talking about? You already know what's happening. Some of y'all locked up, I already like, what the hell, what they talking about? Now I'm talking about nobody. They won't try to tell you. Man, I don't stop right here in front of these folks and look at these folks calls. That's your phone.
Yeah.
I made Bentley call her. Like, call her up. See what the fuck going on. Because of the probation. It's just a little bullshit. But the probation will try to hold you. Just about their money or whatever. So I already know that. Like I said, I was just gave my lawyer a 3-4 man, $25. You know, he'll bring you.
You have 1 minute left.
He'll get you in the courtroom for $25. You know, that ain't shit.
I don't even want that much. One lawyer had told me.
I know.
Yeah. So this, I might have this son text you my information and stuff. You say you try to have me in the morning.
Yeah, I have a lawyer or whatever lawyer you choose.
I don't have none.
Well, I could just have somebody pull up on their son and bring their son the money. Then you see what I'm saying? Or they son by my dad, because you know they probably know something about the shit. So I can just make anybody go get the money. I can make them pull up to the club, get the money from Ken or anything right now. You see what I'm saying? So that ain't no pressure.
Shit, we don't know no lawyer though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know my lawyer.
Detective to work. that on the Sunday at Cascade Skating Ring, that you got Thug on FaceTime so Kel and Thug could speak? Yes or no?
If Detective Thorpe said I told him that, I told him that.
Okay. Do you remember that happening?
No.
Okay.
I don't remember me and Shia Kel ain't gonna talk.
All right. And then, do you remember telling Detective Thorpe, so him and Thug talked, and whatever was said with that, I don't know?
I probably told Detective Thorpe that.
And again, that was in your January 11, 2015 interview.
I guess.
Now, did you also tell Detective Thorpe about a shooting that occurred at a gambling house in Lakewood?
If that's what he said.
Do you recall a shooting at the gambling house in Lakewood? Do you recall a shooting at a gambling house in Lakewood?
No,
You do not?
I don't.
Okay. Do you recall telling Detective Thorpe in that same January 11, 2015 interview that there was a shooting over in Lakewood and that it was Kel and he was standing on top of a roof and shooting inside?
I probably did.
I need to know, do you remember telling him that or you don't remember telling him that?
When Detective Thorpe questioned me about what happened, I thought I was in there about 5 minutes. I thought I walked in and walked back out. So I don't know what I don't told him. I can't remember what I don't told him.
So you say you don't remember telling him about what happened at?
But if he said that I told him that, I'm telling you right now, I told him that. So can you start asking me what I supposed to told Detective Thorpe? Because I'm telling you now, if he said that I said anything about anything, I'm telling you, more likely I probably did.
Great. Well, I'm going to ask you about all the things that you talked to Detective Thorpe about. Did you also tell Detective Thorpe about the Friday before Nut was killed?
I guess.
Okay. On the Friday that Nut was killed, were you with Thug the Friday evening before Nut was killed?
No, you just said it earlier. Was I at the house? I said yes.
I'm talking about the Friday evening before Nut was killed.
I can't recall. I don't know what I don't told Detective Thorpe.
I'm asking you, what do you remember yourself?
No, when I think back about 2015, all I remember was getting a call saying that Nut was killed and I was responsible for it. And the only thing besides that is people showing up at my folks' houses. Details about what happened, all this stuff been blanked out my mind. Like, it been blanked out my mind.
In that same January 11, 2000 interview, you recall telling Detective Thorpe that you were with Thug and you were at DJ Drama's studio.
I probably did.
Do you remember telling him or you don't recall telling him? I need to have it.
If Detective Thorpe said I said it, I said it.
And then after leaving the studio, that is when you went over to your girl's house, which would be Deshaun's house.
I guess.
Now, earlier I asked you about what time you left Deshawn's home to go to your brother's house. Do you recall telling Detective Thorpe that you left Deshawn's home around 5 o'clock p.m.?
I guess.
When you say you guess, I need to know, do you recall telling him that or you don't recall telling him that?
If he said I said it, I said it.
And is that true or is that not true that you left her home around 5 o'clock?
If you notice something about me, I don't keep up with the time or the days. I just go with the flow.
So do you remember it being around 5 o'clock p.m. that you left Deshawn's house?
I don't know what time I left her house.
When you went to Mechanicsville, do you remember seeing anyone in Mechanicsville?
What you mean?
You said earlier that on the night before Nutt's murder, on the day of, you left Deshawn's house and you went to Mechanicsville. Do you remember seeing anyone when you went to Mechanicsville?
I don't remember if I seen anyone.
Okay. Do you remember telling Detective Thorpe that you went to the green store?
I guess.
I need to know, do you remember telling him or you don't remember telling him? Or was that a lie?
Faces.
Your Honor, his response are non-responsive to my question.
I'm going to forward your objection, sir. Thank you.
So do you remember telling him? You don't remember telling him?
Do I remember telling him what?
That you went to the green store.
I probably did.
When you say you probably, I need to know yes, no, or I don't recall.
Whatever Thorpe said I told him, I told him.
Okay. Do you remember telling him that you met with Little Rick at the green store?
I probably did.
Yes, no, I don't recall.
Do you want me to?
Yes, sir, you may.
Yes, no, I don't recall.
If Thorpe said I said it, I said it.
Do you recall telling Detective Thorpe that while you were at the green store, you called Little D?
I guess.
Did you tell him? Did you not tell him, or you don't recall telling him that?
If Thorpe said I said it, I said it.
Do you recall telling him that he told you he was on Cleveland Avenue?
I guess.
Yes, no, or I don't recall.
If Thorpe said I said it, I said it.
Now, when you got to Cleveland Avenue earlier today, you said that Little D and You're right.
I think she's oriented to time and place. I'm over with your objection, sir.
Earlier today, you said that Little D and Shannon got into your vehicle. Do you recall saying that earlier today?
I think I did.
Okay. Back in January of 2015, did you ever tell Detective Thorpe? Your Honor, now I'm impeaching.
I'll rule the question, sir.
Did you ever tell Detective Thorpe that Shannon was in the vehicle with you and Little D back on the morning of January 10th, 2015?
If he said I did, I did.
I'm asking you, did you? Because you're saying you're saying today, you're saying the truth, and back then.
I sustain the objection.
Did you ever tell Detective Thorpe that Shannon was in the vehicle with you?
I guess.
Back in 2015, you did not tell Detective Thorpe that Shannon was in the car with you.
Objection asked and answered.
I sustain the question.
In 2015, did you tell Detective Thorpe that only Little D got into the car with you?
I guess.
Did you say that to Detective Thorpe?
If he said I did.
Back in 2015, did you then tell Detective Thorpe that Little D told you that Nut just got killed?
Basis, sir.
Your Honor, do we address this?
I'm over with the objection, sir.
Confrontation clauses.
Your Honor, we...
Overruled, sir.
Today, you said that you and Little D never talked about the murder, correct?
Today, I said whatever I told Thorpe in 2015, I was trying to get him out my face. So I do not know exactly what I have told him.
Today, do you have an independent memory of what happened on January 10th, 2015?
What you mean?
Do you have a memory outside of what you told Detective Thorpe about what happened on January 10th, 2015?
Basis, sir. I did tell me the basis for your objection. I'm overruled the objection, sir.
I'm going to object as to the answer, Your Honor.
Overruled, sir.
Wait.
So today, do you have an independent knowledge of what happened on January 10th when you picked up Little D?
Can you say that one more time?
Sure. Today, without remembering what you told Detective Thorpe, what is your memory of your interaction with Little D on January 10th, 2015?
I don't have a memory. What you mean? Like,
okay.
I just know that I picked up Lil D and Shannon, and that's when I got the call saying that I supposedly did this and did that.
And in January 2015, you never told Detective Thorpe that you picked up Little D and Shannon.
I guess.
Earlier, I asked you if Moontook FaceTimed you. And did you say you did not recall if Moontook FaceTimed you?
I know he called me. I don't know if it was FaceTime regular. All I know was I remember what came out of his mouth.
Okay. And in 2015, in January of 2015, you told Detective Thorpe that he FaceTimed you.
I guess.
Do you remember telling Detective Thorpe that or no?
Objection has been answered.
Yeah, that's non-responsive. I guess it's non-responsive.
I'm going to overrule your objection, sir. You can answer the question, sir.
I need to know if you remember or if you do not remember.
If he said I said it, then I said it.
Do you remember telling Detective Thorpe that?
Overruled, sir.
That's not. Do you remember telling Detective Thorpe that he FaceTimed you?
I guess.
I guess it's non-responsive.
Well.
It's not responsive, Mr. Steele. I'm going to overrule your objection.
Do you recall?
I don't know what I told Detective. I don't remember what I told Detective. Whatever his name is.
Okay. Thank you. So you don't remember if you told Detective Thorpe that?
I sustain the question as to form.
Now, do you remember back in January 2015 giving Detective Thorpe Moontoon's phone number?
I guess.
I guess it's non-responsive.
Overruled, sir.
I need you to respond. Do you remember?
I don't remember. I don't remember nothing I told Detective Thorpe.
All right.
So that's my response to every question you about to ask me. If it have anything to do with me speaking with him. It wasn't in my right state of mind. I don't have a clue.
Well, you're going to have to bear with me because I'm going to have to ask you the question specifically. You can just say, I don't remember.
I just said.
Mr. Steele, overruled.
Do you remember today what Moontu's number was back then?
Back then when?
Back in 2015.
No, I better know my phone number now.
All right. Do you remember giving him the number 404-662-8935?
I guess.
I need to know, do you remember or you do not remember?
Yeah, I did. I don't.
Do you remember what kind of car that Muntu dropped you off in to take you to the police department on January 11, 2015?
I don't know. I don't know if he. I don't know. I don't know if he asked me. I don't remember what I told him.
Okay. Do you remember saying it was either bluish, grayish Malibu and it was rented?
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember telling him that?
Yes, I guess. Yes.
Earlier today, you said that you went down there because the police called you. Do you remember saying that?
You're repeating previous testimony.
Overruled, sir.
Do you remember saying that earlier today?
That's the only way I went down there.
Okay. Do you remember telling Detective Thorpe, I was asking everybody, should I go down there, bro? Because I didn't do it. I didn't do it. You can look at my phone records, but I didn't do it.
Yes.
All right. Yes, you remember telling him that?
If he said I said it, yes, I said it.
I need to know if you remember telling him that.
I'm gonna overrule the objection, Mr. Sharp.
Do you also recall telling Detective Thorpe that you also advised Muntu that he should come down and speak with the police?
Yes.
When you just said yes, you kind of shrugged your shoulders. Why did you do that?
Overruled, sir.
Because you asked me questions.
Hold on, Mr. Overruled, sir.
Why did you just shrug your shoulder?
Because they my shoulders.
Okay. Was Kel the only person that you had problems with back in 2015?
I'll stand this form.
Let me ask you, did you have any issues with Nut in 2015? Why'd you chuckle?
Huh?
I asked you if you had any issues with Nut, and then you said, and you chuckled. Why?
Your Honor, there was a question posed. You can't ask another question. It's my objection.
Overruled, sir. Overruled. I'm gonna overrule it, okay, for the time being.
Answer the original question.
Sir, I've overruled your objection, okay?
So I'll ask you first, why did you chuckle when I asked the question?
I don't know.
Okay. So did you have an issue with Nut back in 2015?
I don't think I did.
All right. And did you tell the police that the only person you had a problem with was Kel?
Yes.
Now, After the murder of Donovan Thomas, did you try to call Bloody J?
That what I said?
I'm asking you, what do you remember?
I guess.
Do you remember or do you not remember?
What I'm trying to call Bloody J for?
Okay. So do you not remember calling Bloody J?
But what would I need to talk to him for?
So do you not remember calling Bloody J?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't remember. I don't recall.
All right. Do you recall telling Detective Thorpe in that same January 11th interview that you called Bloody J on the phone?
Yes.
So why would you want to call Bloody J?
You need to tell me.
I'm not you, so why
I'm
would
saying, you know what I supposed to say?
I'm asking you now.
I don't know. I don't have a clue. Why would I want to call him?
Did you attempt to call anyone else the night that Donovan Thomas was murdered to tell them that you did not kill Donovan Thomas?
Say that again?
On January 10, 2015, did you attempt to call anyone who was affiliated with If Gang so that you can tell them that you did not kill Donovan?
I ain't doing no calling nobody.
Do you remember telling Detective Thorpe first that you tried to call Bloody J and that there was someone else that you could call, but it's no use?
Yes.
Now, course indulgence for one moment.
I didn't hear you.
I said course indulgence for one moment.
Huh? You done me?
Do you recall Detective Thorpe asking you about an Infinity car on January 11, 2015?
I guess.
Do you remember him asking you, or you don't remember he asked you?
When this is what I remember from talking to Detective Thorpe. I walked in the homicide building. He said, dang, man, I still got a body on the street. You came in here? I don't think you did it. That's how they went to me. So you asked me these questions. I don't remember having a conversation with him, so I ain't saying I didn't. If you saying he said I did have this conversation with him, then I did. But I don't remember him. I don't remember these.
And it's
so I don't know what I don't told him. But I just know that I thought he let me walk right back out the door. I don't remember being in there no more than 5 minutes.
And if you don't remember, that's all you have to say is you don't remember.
I keep telling you I don't remember.
And I have to ask you specific questions. So if you don't remember.
Mr. Steele? Mr. Steele, I need to see an objection, not commentary, okay? So, no, that's not, that's. I'm an overly objection, sir.
Prosecutor just said, I need you to say you don't recall.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Mr. Short, I'm gonna overrule your objection. That's not what the prosecutor asked, okay? So, all right. You can continue, madam.
Do you remember or do you not remember if Detective Thorpe asked you?
I don't remember.
All right. Do you remember Detective Thorpe asking you if you've ever been stopped in an infinity before?
Can you say it again?
Sure. Do you remember Detective Thorpe asking you if you had ever been stopped in an infinity before?
Your Honor,
Sure.
can we be oriented to the date of this meeting?
Sure.
We're talking about the same January 11, 2015 interview.
I don't know what whatever you told me to say, I don't know.
Do you remember back on January 10, 2015, any cars following you home the night that Donovan Thomas was killed?
Can you say that again?
Sure. On the night that Donovan Thomas was killed, do you recall any cars following you home, specifically following you into Carver Homes?
I don't remember.
Do you remember telling Detective Thorpe that you were heading into Carver Home and you saw a little red Camaro following you inside of the apartment complex?
I probably did.
I need to know, do you remember or do you not remember?
I told you already, I don't remember. You keep asking me.
So if you don't remember, just say you do not remember.
I object to this. You can't delegate the court to me. I object to this kind of question.
Well, Your Honor, I'll ask.
I'll sustain the question. I'll sustain you.
Your Honor, then I'll ask. You can instruct Mr. Copeland if he does not remember, just to say he does not remember.
Mr. Copeland, just answer the question to the best of your ability, okay?
I thought I did, Judge.
You're
I told her I don't remember no conversation I had with. She trying to cross me up. She trying to say this and that when I don't told her I don't told the police anything they wanted to hear for them to. And she keep asking me over and over.
You're gonna have to answer the question, sir, okay?
So is your entire interview with Detective Thorpe a lie?
Huh?
Was your entire interview with Detective Thorpe a lie?
I don't know. I can't tell you what I told him. You got to tell me what I told him.
Okay. So we're going to keep on going.
But I don't. When you tell me what I told him, I'm telling you now. I probably did tell him that. I'm telling you, I told him that.
Okay. Well,
So.
But you have to tell me which ones are lies and which ones.
You're correct, sir. Mr. Copeland, do you have something else you want to add to that response?
I can't remember.
Do you want me to repeat the question?
I can't remember what I had to say.
Do you want me to repeat your response up until that point in time?
You got to tell me what was said.
Okay, hold on just a second. We can help you out with that. I'm sorry.
When you told me now, I probably did tell him that. I am telling you I told him that, so.
Can you say that again?
She said, was your entire interview with Thorpe a lie? He said, I can't tell you what I told him. You gotta tell me what I told him.
Right.
And so we'll keep going. He's weighing. And then he said, well, you told him now, I probably did tell him that. I am telling you I told him that, so. And then the sentence said, but you have to tell me which ones are lies. And then they interrupted, so.
So how I supposed to tell you which one is alive if I don't know if I can't remember what I told him? I can't say this is a lie and then you try to say, well, you said this right here. I don't know. I don't know what I told him.
Back in 2015, did you tell Detective Thorpe in the same January 11th interview that you get blamed for everything and that your name comes up in everything?
Yes, sir.
Back in January of 2015, did they shoot at your at Deshaun's mother's home the night of the murder?
I don't know if it was the same night, but at one point it was.
And did that shooting prompt you to go speak with Detective Thorpe on the morning of January 11, 2015?
They called me. I think that's how he was able to get my phone number. But I can't recall if it was or not.
Were you scared because they were shooting up your family's house back on January 10, 2015?
What you mean?
Mr. Sharp.
I object to the use of the pronoun they. I would ask for specificity.
So vague? Vague? Is your objection vague? All right, I'll sustain that.
Were you afraid because your girlfriend's mother's house was being shot up?
What you mean?
Were you afraid because people in your family's homes were being shot up on that back in January 2015? Were you afraid because people's homes were being shot up?
You asking me, was I afraid, or what did I tell the police I was afraid?
I'm asking you now, were you afraid?
I was afraid for the people who was in the house.
And do you know who all was in the house? You shook your head. Is that a no for the record?
No.
Okay.
I don't remember who was in the house.
Now, in that interview, did you give Detective Thorpe the reason why you thought Kel was beefing with you?
I probably did. I don't remember. Which one I supposed to say it?
Okay. Do you recall telling Detective Thorpe that this is all about you not being down with it no more and being down with the gang anymore?
Yes.
Do you recall telling him that it's also because they now think that you're with Thug and that you're claiming YSL?
Yes.
Yes, you remember telling him that?
I guess. If that's what he said, I said.
Do you recall or do you not recall to tell Detective Thorpe that?
I don't know what I done told this man.
Okay. So, sitting here now, was the beef because you were no longer down with them and you were down with YSL?
Yes, I guess.
Is it yes or you guess?
If that's what he said?
I'm asking you right now today.
I don't know.
Now, during this interview, do you recall giving Detective Thorpe your Instagram page?
Yes.
And what was the Instagram page that you gave him?
I don't know.
Okay. Was it Woody 372?
Yes.
Okay. And 372, does that refer to,
I stand the question.
what is 372?
Numbers.
And does that number specify something specific?
I believe it has. I'm going to stand the objection.
Does the 372 correspond to the letters of DRC on the phone pad?
It could. I gotta look at the phone pad to see. How do you look at the phone pad to tell?
And is Woody 372 the same Instagram account that I asked you about over the course of the last few days?
I guess.
So was that your Instagram account back in 2015?
My Instagram account is Woody vs. Woody.
I asked back in
From
2000.
back then, I think my Instagram account is the same account as it is today. Woody vs. Woody. I'm not 100% sure. I done did so much time away from society. You asking me about something I don't know. I don't know how to answer these questions. A lot of this stuff you talking about, like, I've been through too much to be trying to remember certain stuff or these questions you asking me. Like, you discombobulated me up here. Like, you want me to lie? You want me to tell the truth? I can't tell you the truth. If you sitting here, I don't know. I don't know how to answer these questions. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what y'all got going on. Like, for real. Like, you asked me about 2015, what somebody said to the investigators. You know how many investigators tried to question me about this?
Yes, and we're going to talk about a few of them. So do you recall your Instagram being Woody372?
I don't recall.
Bless you.
Course indulgence.